streaming, start recording. And you know what? Today I'm just gonna go into it instead of waiting for Twitch to confirm.
So
Uh,
Deb got me new dice, and they're really good looking. They're really
Yo!
awesome. But I've rolled this D20 3 times.
Uh
Once
huh.
when I got it, once just a moment ago, and once just now.
Hmm.
It's 20, 17, 20. So,
Yo!
I'm never gonna roll bad again.
Clearly.
Deb got me weighted dice for Christmas. I don't. If she did, I wouldn't know. I'm just gonna be clear. No, not intentionally cheating.
Uh huh. Fair enough. Well, welcome to the last D&DMs of the year. So I'm pumped to see how we're gonna end this session and end the year, and hopefully next year will be less of a shit show. Um, but anyway, I am Casey James, PhD candidate at UWM, and I am the Dungeon Master.
Hello, I'm Leo Liebzeller, PhD candidate. Play Ash, the fighter bard.
And I'm Eric Kirsting. I'm a PhD candidate at UW Milwaukee, and I'm playing the wizard.
Nor.
Oh yeah, my name is Nor.
You know,
If we're going by fake names.
Christ. And,
That's her one actual name.
yeah.
Every other name she's ever had has been a fake name.
Yo. So what happened 2 years ago on D&DMs?
It was just 2 weeks ago.
No, 2 years.
So
Anyways.
here every week and
We were so it was what turned out to be a much bigger snafu than we were expecting. We were gonna go visit a dear friend in the future who was not our friend yet. And so, but they were a wizard, and so we had started off the session at Alice. Should it be
Ash.
what? Ash. What is Ash's like fancy name? It's
Alabaster?
right. Alabaster. Yeah. I didn't know if it was if Alabaster or Ash was correct in this decision, but we'll go with that. Ash. Ash's dad's summer home that he made for Ash or something like that. We started there. Then we were gonna teleport to the wizard's home. Of course, teleport had different ideas. Instead, we teleported into the middle of the ocean. I used like 7 polymorph slots to giant eagle carry Ash to the place. We met the goblin wizard of the house, and they were all right. They're a little bit a little hoity-toity, I guess. I don't know exactly. Just hoity-toity is probably wrong. They're a little rough around the edges. That's what I'd say.
I'd say that's more accurate.
To be their friend, we hit it off pretty good, but they wanted us to go do a thing where we take care of some oozes up in a castle, so the castle can come down, so the people who live here can do it, because the wizard totally could do it by himself if he wanted to, but just doesn't want to.
Sounds about right. And we ended the session with y'all solving one of my favorite puzzles. And the door opened to the castle, and you now find yourself in a great hall covered with oozes.
This is like insta roll for initiative stuff.
It's kind of insta roll for initiative stuff. I will describe the scene. So pretty much, like, I can't stress, there's like almost an ooze in every square, but most of them are so small that like one firebolt cantrip is going to smack them away real easily, so there's no real need to show like the hundreds of oozes that are in here. But there's a couple of them that immediately notice your presence as you turn open the wheel and open the large steel door. Let's roll for initiative.
oh my gosh. I forgot to put away my DM dice.
Yeah, I hear a lot of dice ASMR going on there.
Yes. Yeah, that is because DM dice.
I got a
Not 20! First roll of the night! What the fuck?
Jesus.
I got an 11.
Incredible. It's actually very well balanced at this point, because Ash, 2 of them, then Nor, and then 2 of them. So let me describe the 2 oozes that you're looking at. The ones that are purple are literally purple. They are these slimes that are, let me see what size they are. They are large and purple with spikes coming out of them. And then the other one is a sort of translucent large ooze, but in the middle is like a little like glowing cyan nucleus. Ash, what do you do? Besides scramble to find your ash dice.
Yes. Cool. I don't think stream can see the battle map right now, by the way.
That's fine. Because I'm gonna, once you say what you do, I go towards it. So I was just waiting.
Cool. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna you know, 5, 10, 15, 20. Ooh, but then I could be. Huh.
Oh, actually, before anything happens, 1 second. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Who's you?
Ash.
Okay.
A wisdom saving throw is 18.
Alright, you are fine. You feel yourself almost get stunned by the presence of this ooze. It's just sort of maddening in its shape, and the fact that you can't really like see its complete form for a weak spot almost takes control over you.
Cool.
But you shake it off.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the spot, let's see, diagonal left under PS1.
5, 10, 15,
So right next to the wall.
25, 30.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm, bing bang boom.
Alright.
Baby. Alright, we're just gonna do... You know, actually, we're gonna do, 2 attacks and a bardic inspiration
I'm here
for
for
my
it.
friend.
Nice. I'm
Because
here for
wisdom
it.
saves, that's why.
I just have to use the inspiration before I know the result, right?
No,
I ca-
you can use it after you know the result. Or no, you can, no, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
After you've rolled, before you know the result.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Alright, well. Nat 20 to a nat 1, baby. But the first attack will be...
Well, if it's a nat 1, it auto misses, right?
Yeah.
No, the first one.
Oh, okay.
So I
okay.
did 2 attacks.
Ah, okay.
And
I
the
see what you're
the
saying.
second one's a nat 1. The first one is 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. I don't have any of my dice ready because I'm a good player. Yeah.
You are a good player.
23.
Sounds good. So, you slash into this ooze, and your sentient sword kind of goes, oh, this is quite gross. As you slice into it and carve it in 2, and then it kind of like morphs back into one shape. Luckily, this is not one of those dividing oozes. Next up is that ooze, who is not quite a fan of what you have done to it. So a spike juts out and goes after you, but that's a 5 on the dice, so you dodge deftly out of the way, and then it's going to attempt that attack again for fucking 12, so bye-bye dice. Next up is the Eldritch Ooze, who is going to... what's its movement? It can move to you. So it sees you harming its friend.
That's what I wanted.
Yup. and will slowly inch its way up towards you, and it is going to make 2 attacks at you.
Batman.
Yep, I just have to find its fucking plus to hit. There we go. It's a 2 on the dice. I'm really not using this because that was literally all single-digit numbers. I'm going to use a different dice.
Way to go,
roll it.
dice.
No,
Team-
no, I'm going back to baby dice.
Team Ash.
Going baby dice right now. Nor, what do you do while I cry myself?
All
to
right,
sleep
so
with
there's
my
the one who
four
has the
dice rolls?
glowing thing inside of the ooze, right?
So the cyan ones both have glowing things inside of the ooze.
All right, so I'm gonna throw my hand out,
Okay.
and I'm gonna close my eyes and concentrate on it. Cast telekinesis. I'm gonna try to yank the orb out of the ooze.
Okay. I'm here for it. Was
Okay.
that a
Oh,
strength
do I have to make a
save?
wisdom save at the start of my turn?
Oh, you do. Yes, you do.
All right, I have a +8 to that, so. Okay, so that's a 2 + 8. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that bardic inspiration dice.
Uh-huh.
What do I add to it? Or what's the
D8.
dice? D8. Okay. 14.
Yo, that just barely makes it.
All right.
Just
Thank you, bardic. I feel, and then I yank it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do I need to make? I need to make an ability check,
Yeah,
right?
it's a contested spell. I think it's a spell attack versus their like an acrobatics. So you use your best thing
Yeah.
and they use their best thing.
So yeah. So I would assume that this object is being worn or carried.
Yeah, it's
If the
kind of
object,
like
so
in-
if you must make an ability check with your spellcasting ability, contested by the creature's strength check. But you get to pick how to do that because it's a little different than like I'm grabbing a sword out of a soldier's
so
hand.
this
If
dice is a lot.
succeed, you pull the object away from the creature. Okay.
Yeah.
So
This dice
I'm
is
looking at
treating me better, so that's a 19.
that's a 21.
Fuck. Yeah.
Nat 16, and then I just added the 5, right? I don't add like my proficiency bonus or anything to this, so it's just
yeah,
+5, right?
Correct, yeah. So you grab onto the nucleus and yeet it out of the slime, and the slime just
I'm gonna send it 30 feet. I can send it 30 feet in any direction, so I'm
Yep.
going to move it away from me because I don't want that
Okay.
orb by me. That
5,
orb is
10,
weird, but I'm
15,
assuming
20,
the
25,
the
30.
nucleus just I'll shoot out 30 feet away.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, like, the slime itself is now sort of inert. So the EO1 is purely the nucleus right now. Next up is Purple Slime 1.
Oh,
2, rather.
Sorry, can I use my movement to run to the left to be as far away from the 2 oozes that are close by me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was so excited about the yeeting
5, 10,
that was
15,
going
20,
on.
25, 30.
Yeah. That's a
One
is that a wall
second, I
there, or is that just
turned
a carpet?
My headset power down. Can one of you talk, and we'll see if it's for real?
Hi.
Hello.
Oh boy,
Eric
I can't
is-
hear either of you.
All
This
right.
is so much fun for me.
All right. While Casey is gone, let's come up with an amazing
try it
plan.
No. All right, one sec. Luckily.
All right, I'll
have
complain.
a second
I'm not going to
headset.
complain about telekinesis, but I'm going to note something about
I just have to
telekinesis.
plug it in
I
and
wish
adjust the,
that there was a higher and lower level
on
telekinesis-like
Streamlabs
spell
and
in D&D.
on- what's it called?
For instance, you can't like grab like 3 or 4 creatures and I'll hold them all in place at once with telekinesis because you can only do one creature or object at a time. It'd be cool if there was a higher level version where you could like still maintain concentration, but you could be like, you could grab 3 creatures at once or something. That would be cool. And then 2, it'd be cool if there's like a lower level one where it was like, I don't know, like you could just telekinesis things in other ways. Maybe like you can't throw a creature around, but maybe you could still do the object stuff. I guess that's a little bit like.
There we go. I could hear you, but only just barely. Give me 1 second so I can. Oh wait, wrong thing. I'm an idiot.
Didn't send me my yarn, and the person I'm talking to is like, hey, what's the order number? And I'm like, literally in the email right there it says the fucking order number. So I emailed back and I said it's in the previous email, however here it is again.
I have spent so many hours of my life in Joanne fabric stores.
I know. It's so
And
lovely.
I don't know if you know this, but my mom is a seamstress, so we
I
would
didn't
drive
know
down
that.
to
That's
Wausau.
awesome.
Yeah, my mom would make like Renaissance dresses for people mainly.
Oh
That was like
man,
her small business when I was growing up. Now they mostly
that's
do like
awesome.
kilts and kilts and swords.
Oh no,
But
that makes sense because your mom like literally like your parents do Renaissance fairs.
yeah,
Yeah.
so but yeah, so I've spent a lot of my life like when I was a youngin. Oh, I guess we're driving to Wausau to go to Joanne Fabrics. Uh, Everything's
no.
in Wausau. I don't know. I still can't get over that everything's in Wausau. If it's not in Wausau, does it exist? That's like I think you probably have similar experiences of living near a slightly bigger city that has all the stuff that your city doesn't have, Leia.
No,
I don't
but-
think Casey has that experience from living in New York, a slightly bigger city nearby.
Yeah, so I lived in the biggest city in Iowa, which is the capital. It's 200,000 people. It's still very small, but it had a Joann's. Had a couple of Joann's actually.
We had a lot of Joann's and Michaels.
Yes, I actually spent more time in Michael's as like a kid and teenager because that is where my mom shopped, and then I found Joann's and I was like, oh, this is the adult version. And so I buy most of my stuff. I miss being able to go to Joann's and touch the yarn before I buy it.
Yeah.
I have bought some yarn now that I'm just like, this is not what I wanted. Either because the color is a little different than the picture, or it just doesn't feel right. But
is Joanne Fabrics a regional thing, or does it exist like across the United States?
Pretty sure it exists everywhere.
Yeah, we had it
in the
New
U.S. Yeah.
All right. So what are the users doing?
They are going to dash over
Wait.
at. Oh,
Why did the O1 go all the way up there?
because you're.
I telekinesis them. I threw them away.
Oh, dirt.
That's the nucleus. Telekinesis is legit my favorite spell ever.
Good.
Hence why I complain that there aren't other telekinesis spells.
I mean, you can make them. You know how to make spells now.
This is true. I was more talking about for other characters. For the current character, I think I have enough telekinesis in my life.
Hayden, you have to go to another room and do that, fam. Anyway, Ash, I need a wisdom saving throw out of you.
I can do that.
Is one of the creatures forcing it, or is it Ash's turn?
It's Ash's turn.
Okay.
They spent their action dashing.
Dirty 20.
They're kind of slow, right?
Yeah, they have a moving speed of 10. So, oh wait, the purple slime can move 20 feet, so it can move an additional
Look at you being all
5,
fancy.
10, 15, 20. So it gets up ons, but all right. So what do you do, Ash?
I'm slash bardic inspiration.
Sounds good.
Oh, that's solid middle of the road. All right. First attack will be 22.
Yep.
Second attack will be 24.
Yep, both will hit. Just like full disclosure, their armor classes are 7 and 8. So unless you literally nat 1,
Okay. All right, Giles. Let's do this shit. Well, kind of. $35.
3-5.
3-5, yes.
Sounds good. Sorry, these 1 second. These headphones are super quiet in comparison. I probably should have plugged them into my mixer instead of directly into the computer, but too late now. Next up is the first purple slime, who is currently not long for this world, and Ash is doing a good number on it. So it is going to make its first attack. Bless at long last, a 25.
This hits me, yes.
And second attack is a 10. Fuck me. Alright, so the first attack will do. Oh, 1 second. I need more d6s.
That's never a good thing when the DM says that. Anytime the DM says
No.
anything about needing more dice. 14?
Damage. Are you
Unless it's
resistant to
fall
poison?
damage that you're inflicting on an enemy.
Are you resistant to poison at all?
Not anymore.
Okay. So you'll take the full one, and I need a Constitution saving throw for each of those two. Oh no, just one of them, because you only had one attack.
Oh, Constitution. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a good Constitution. 21.
Oh yeah, you're fine. You feel as the needle of this spike goes into your arm, finding a break in your armor, you feel like this sort of toxin go out that tries to weaken your muscle, but you're able to rip your arm back before it's able to do much of anything to you. Next up is the nucleus at this point that is going to try and contest your telekinesis. So we'll do another contested check, I believe, or is it just a save against your spell DC?
No, I just threw it. It's the nucleus can now do what it wants. I'm not restraining it.
Oh, okay.
Because I did the object thing. So the object strength, you can exert fine control over objects with your telekinetic grip. If you succeed, you pull the object away from the creature and move. So what happened was kind of that I removed the you need to tell me what happened when I did what I did. I'm not saying I don't want to retcon it.
I don't think
I
that
just
the fucking like the funny thing is like the nucleus was just flavor. I wasn't expecting you to rip out its brain. So I'll just say that it's only able to move while dashing 10 feet, and it just kind of slurps over.
okay.
But you still have it.
All right. So the
gripped.
brain goes. And so it's like it's no longer in its oozy state without ice, but instead it's just like this nucleus that's rambling on the floor.
Exactly.
All right.
It
Maybe.
is now your turn.
Would I think that these creatures would be immune to each other's acids?
I would say so with your passive end.
Okay. All right.
Oh, sorry. I need a wisdom save as well.
You got it. That'll be a 19.
Yep, you're fine. Let's just pause and appreciate the dogs laying on each other. And now we're good.
So it's just a brain there. All right, I'm gonna think that it's weaker now. I want to go ahead and just lift it 30 feet into the air and drop it.
Yeah.
So the nucleus just smashes into the ground. So I have to make so you're counting it as a creature then, not as an object, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be a 15 that you'll have to beat.
I roll a nat 14, so for a 19. So
Yep. What's that? 3d6 falling damage?
I think something like that.
Okay. I'm just going to say that you did essentially 50 points of damage to like the ooze by taking it out of its slime form. So you're just kind of attacking the HP amount that is in the nucleus. Wow, that's a 5, 5, and a 3 for 13 damage to this thing.
All right.
With your telekinesis.
Yeah, I was. Nor was hoping that maybe, since it's just a brain, if you were to deal damage to it, like throwing it around, it would maybe. And I want to run 30 feet, but like more towards like behind Ash a little bit. There's nothing. Do I have to stay on? Is that the whole extent of the battle map?
This is the whole extent of the battle map. This is like
all right.
the
So
wall.
I'll move over to on the carpet, and then like 10 feet behind behind Ash. Oh, the other carpet to the left. So like if you just if you take Ash's position, move back 2 squares and then down 1 square. That's where I want to be.
Oh, got it.
So left, down. Yeah. There we go. Sorry, back is a confusing direction. Yep. That's where. So like that way, I'm kind of protected. If any of them try to rush at me, one more down. Sorry. I just realized that now if PS2 tries to run at me, it would evoke that attack of opportunity. But yeah, so that's the goal.
Sounds good. So next up are the other two slimes. This one is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. I just have to see whether this is the one that moves. This one can only move 10 feet, so it would have dashed to be able to do that. So next up is the purple slime, who is going to attack twice. That's a natural 17 for a 23.
For me?
Yep.
Yeah, it hits.
And then a 7. So that's not going to do much. So that'll be 6, 9, 13, 17, 19 points of damage, and I need another Constitution saving throw.
26 on the Constitution saving throw, and you said 19 points of damage?
Correct. So once again, this spike juts into your arm, this kind of repeating the same spot that it saw its companion hit. And it hurts, but you once again yank it out before it's able to inject any toxins into you. Next up, Ash, I need a wisdom saving throw.
It's going to be an 18.
You're fine. What do you do? Both Purple Slime 1 and the Nucleus are close to death. Like, number 1 for both of them. So EO1 and PS1 are both looking pretty wrecked.
We'll do one attack at a time then. Eric, did you use your Bardic Inspiration last turn?
No.
Okay, then you still have it.
Just
then I
as
will
a
attack
heads
3.
up, the EO1 is out of your melee range, though.
Yeah, that's the one who's like on the floor up above.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, no, I'll do one attack on PS1.
Mm-hmm.
Why? 17 points?
Yep.
Does it kill it?
Second. Math is hard, so let me just double check it. Yeah, just does it. So you are able to slice into one of the arms that is still attempting, like it's going like this. These little pokey sticks keep jabbing out of its pseudopod, but you slice it down, and you're able to take it out with one fell swoop. What do you do after that?
Oh, fuck. So PS2.
Sounds good.
Sorry, PlayStation. I know I'm killing.
I know. I think about it every time.
18 points of damage to that one.
Nice. It recoils at your blade. And Giles will go, oh, nice one. Nor, what do you do?
No, sorry, I've got one more attack. I just want to make sure I didn't kill it. Yeah, because I'm not Bardic Inspirationing, because you can't have more than one at a time. So, it's gonna be 16.
Alright.
Sorry, normally I do it all at once, but I just wasn't sure where all of our slimes were at.
Yep, I just have to... Okay. Alright, it's close to bloodied. We are at now. Nor, give me a wisdom save.
That's cocked. That's cocked. That's a nat 16 plus
You're good.
plus
You
8,
do.
so alright, so EO2 is on my friend. And that's slow. So I'm just gonna telekinesis grab EO2 and just chuck him 30 feet away. Like, sorry, you're gonna have to run back. Okay, so I'll make that ability
16.
check. Oh shoot, that's a nat 1. It's not gonna
Crap.
work. I'm gonna move down into the corner
Sounds good.
away from EO2, so EO2 can't get on.
Also,
Oh.
hi, Jekyll1281.
Yes.
Hola.
I know
Thanks for
Serious Play
joining
has
us.
already responded to you, but I also wanted to just say in there, like, hi.
Feel free to ask questions and make fun of the players as they
Yeah.
get done by oozes.
Yes.
No making fun of the DMs, though. That's not allowed.
I mean, then you can't make fun of anyone.
True. I just wanted to be a shit. Anyway, next up is the second purple slime, who is determined to take out this fighter that just destroyed his friend. But with a 12, that's not going to do much. Neither... dirty 20 might hit you, but I forget if it does or not.
Dirty 20 does not hit me.
Yeah, so it just goes splat, blap, and you're able to just buff off the attacks effortlessly. And next up is the Eldritch Ooze, who is going to attempt to do very much of the same. So the first attack is a 22, second attack is a 25.
Yeah, so both of those hit.
Okay. So once, lots of...
Actually, I lied. I'm gonna use shield for that 22.
Sounds good, so only the first one will hit. So 1 second. Do you have any resistance to psychic damage?
No, not anymore.
Sounds good. 9, 10, 13. 16 damage, and I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom saving throw is gonna be a 23.
Alright, you are fine. This time, rather than this sort of toxin that's trying to sap at your muscles, it kind of gets into your nervous system. And you feel like yourself going numb for just a moment, but you pull your arm back. Ash, what do you do?
Oh, murk some bitches.
Let me just get one off the map, because y'all murked it. Do 2 attacks at first and see whether or not you need your bonus action to keep at it.
$35.
1 second. Wow, that's not what I wanted. You have now done 69 points of damage. It is just barely up. Describe to me how Ash is attacking this and how he's able to use his bonus action to attempt to finish it off as it's on its last limb.
I mean, I don't know. These slimes they go just like slurp back together. So I feel like it's just kind of like cutting Jello. Like at Christmas, you're just like slicing it up for people to eat, but we're not actually gonna eat it because that'd be bad for us.
It will be.
So it's just like I'm gonna turn it into a loaf of bread. That's how I feel about that.
Nice. And roll your bonus action.
Yeah, that's gonna be a... Math is hard.
Is it more than 6?
Yes.
You kill it.
Cool. It's dead!
So next up is the first nucleus, who is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. That is its movement, and it'll start amassing back into the slime again, and you see it start to reform, but that will be his action. So he is now back to normal, and I'm taking away that 50 HP. Or, like, rather putting it back. If you separate it, then it's essentially you're taking away 50 of its health pool again.
Gross.
Nor, what do you do?
Oh, no, you don't. I'll go ahead and try to... I'll do number 1 again. I'm just going to try to chuck him to the right 30 feet.
Oh,
the
do you
nucleus.
want to... So you're going to have to beat a 12. What if you just kind of yank it up, go 30 feet, or 25 feet, and just move it, like, 5 feet over and blop it down to
Because
20?
then it can reform easier.
True.
That's an nat 18, 23.
Yep. So you yeet it back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And you hear this angry squeal as it happens. Like it's currently it's like on the ground, and you can see like the little like brain matter just try to like dig into the cobblestone as you force it back. Anything else, Nor? Oh.
That'll be it for my turn.
Sounds good. I forgot to make you do a wisdom save, but
I got it. That's a nat 1, so I will use my inspiration dice. So I'm at 9 because I have +8.
So I'm gonna have
Plus
to.
3. Nope, 12. So I'm not gonna. I don't think that makes it. So
Yeah. So
what
sorry.
happens to me?
You are incapacitated until the end of your turn. 1 second.
So
And
just for like that, just till the end of my turn, or my end of my next turn, or the end of just this turn.
1 second. See, at the end of your turn. So you are.
But just like this one, and then I have my reaction back. Okay,
But you also do take 8 points of psychic damage.
sounds good.
We're back to Ash. Ash, I need a wisdom save.
It's a 15 on the die.
You are fine.
Okay.
What do you do? EO1 has still taken some damage because Nora did take up the brain and smack it into the ground.
Which
I
one
gave it a
looks sadder?
Number 1.
You said these things have a thing of 8?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
And
I rolled a 3 on the dice, so I just wanted to make sure I actually remember that and hit it. Which I did. Yeah, let's just.
what kind of damage do you do?
Should be like slashing, right? Maybe piercing.
So I think Giles does slashing. My magical sword does. No, they're both slashing. I lied.
All right.
Yeah.
So you hit the first attack, and you watch your sword just go clear through, dealing no damage to the slime. You still have other attacks.
I mean, I don't have anything that would.
I mean, you could punch it.
I really couldn't though. That would be so worthless.
Do you have that? Oh wait, no, you already used an attack, so never mind.
Fuck. I got no bludgeoning anything.
Kick it.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, I could. I don't even know how to do that in D&D.
You would just roll an attack with your strength modifier.
Well, I mean, I hit both times because these things have such a low AC. I got a 15 and a 12. That's like a D4, isn't it?
I think it's 1 plus your strength. You don't even roll the D4.
8.
Hey, every little bit counts.
Sure. No.
So Ash cleaves through it, nothing happens, and just goes pow pow with his offhand at the ooze. And it is now its turn, and it is going to make 2 attacks at you with its slimy pseudopod. That's a nat 20. Followed by a dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20 doesn't hit.
Sounds good.
But I got a nat 20 on the wisdom save.
Hey, that's good. So you're not gonna become less intelligent today.
Oh yeah,
but you are
that
going
wouldn't
to
matter.
take 7, 10, 12, 15 damage. Nor wisdom save.
Nat 20.
Hey, what do you do?
I'm trying to think. Let's. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at my. When would I have used a 7th level spell slot today? I never did that. It was just selected. I was confused. Anyways,
No, you did. You used that for teleport.
today.
Oh no, wait, you long rested. Never mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Like it says, I use a 3rd level slot and a 2nd level slot, but I can believe that.
Yeah, I'm trying
Maybe I
to
cast a
remember.
mirror image on myself.
You did. Fuck! This whole time Ash has been invisible.
Oh, I cast greater invisibility. I cast Nor's greatest invisibility on you. But I assume the pseudopods, they just see everything,
They
right?
have blind sight though, so luckily.
They have blind sight, so it wouldn't have mattered for right now.
Yeah.
But just remember, Ash is invisible. That's why my 7th level spell slot has been used.
Yeah.
All right. You know what, EO1? I'm gonna yank it out this time for realsies. 15.
19 is the number to beat.
All right. That's I'm just gonna run 30 feet to the right. Or no, I'm gonna run up. Should I run up bonds? I'm a lot easier to hit. Maybe I'll just stay back. Shoot. This telekinesis thing hasn't been working the past couple turns. It was working really well in the early days.
Sounds
well.
good. Next up is the second Eldritch Ooze, who is going to attack Ash twice. That'll be a 15 and an 18, both hit. Miss, rather, is what I meant to say. So they hit into your arm, but they're not able to find any purchase. What do you do after you make your wisdom save?
I have to make a wisdom save first, I assume.
Yep.
13 on the die. 21.
You're fine.
I'm gonna throw a Bardic Inspiration at our very good friend. I'm gonna smack him 2 times for.
How many bardic inspirations do you
Punching
have?
him.
I feel like I'm just getting spoiled over here.
You're the only one here.
This is true.
I still have a couple left. It's all right. I almost never use them, which is why I'm using them. But that is gonna be nat 20 and like a 9. Yeah.
Yep, both hit.
Um.
We'll just say the nat 20 is like gonna be 4 points plus 1 plus your strength. So,
Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
what's your strength?
3. So it's gonna be 8.
Sounds
Sorry. 8 plus another 4 is 12.
sounds good. All right. I mean, you're chipping away at it. It's not quite bloodied, but you're punching it. Next up is it, and it's gonna try and punch you back. That will be a miss and a 24. Will the 24?
Yes. Yeah. Hits me.
8, 12, 15, 17 points of bludgeoning and poison damage, and I'm going to need another wisdom save as it sinks its toxins into you.
Nat 20. What the fuck just happened?
Nice. Yo, these things were meant to just like sap at your int and your what's it called? Your strength, but you're just withstanding it. Nor wisdom save.
$15.
You're fine. What do you do?
I'm gonna eat that thing out, and this time I got some inspiration. Fuck. 7. I guess I don't know what it rolls before. I'm just gonna do bardic inspiration. 11.
It was a 10.
Okay, bardic inspiration comes through at 30 feet, nucleus out, back over there. You're not coming back this time. I'm gonna
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
30 feet to the right. I actually preferred, but I guess it doesn't really
5,
matter.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so I'll be mindful of its HP pool. And next up is the second one, and it's going to make 2 attacks at Ash, and neither hit. Ash, I need you to make me another wisdom save. This form is just, kind of morphing so much it kind of makes your eyes go cross, just, having to be around it.
19.
You're fine. What do you do?
Nor will yell, "Kill the brain!"
Okay, I mean, I'll aim for the brain.
Because maybe you could go stab the brain and it's not resistant to it because it's not oozy anymore. I don't know. That's what I'm yelling.
Okay, I will try and sword the brain. For 22.
You hit, but it does not do any damage to the brain either.
Sounds good. I'll punch it twice. Which I do. It's gonna be 8 points.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
that mean would the EO2 would have gotten an attack of opportunity if you went over to EO1?
It would.
Sorry, I should have made that clear. That they were separated.
Got it. I thought you were talking to attack the brain of the
Oh no, that's what I was saying. I was saying attack EO1, which I think is what
I took
Leo.
it as EO2.
Oh, okay. I was talking about EO1, but it doesn't matter. Things get messed up in communication all the time.
Yeah, I was assuming I was attacking the one in front of me.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't worry about it. Eric was just being dumb.
No, it's alright. It's all good.
Nor, give me a wisdom save.
That's a 18.
You're fine. What do you do? The brain is not looking good. Like, you did a number on it. And like
How fast can it move again?
only 10 feet when dashing.
So I'm gonna take EO2 and throw him out of his brain, out of his thing.
Number to beat is 10.
That's a nat 20, 25.
Hey! So you eat this one 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They are both out of their slimy centers.
And now I will run over and stand on top of the slime.
Oh.
And ready to just flick them away as necessary.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, I went like right on top of Ash, like where the slime, where they would reincorporate with their slimy forms.
Makes sense. All right, Ash, what do? You no longer have to make a wisdom save.
Cool. Whoa. Where did her?
Both of the nuclei are free from their slimy forms. One is looking rougher than two.
Okay, let's go over to one and do a hack and slash.
Sounds good. Now you're gonna want to unarmed strike it because they are immune to your sword.
Okay, then I hit it one time for 4.
Well, you could make 2 attacks, like. And then
Oh yeah, no, I
dash
made
it.
3 and I made exactly one of them. Everything was under 8.
Ones?
No, you said their thing is 8. My strength is only 3.
Got it.
So anything 4 or under doesn't won't hit it when I'm unarmed.
Solid. So next up is the first one. 1 second. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it is going to start heading towards its body. Nor, what do you do?
All right, EO1, get fucked. I'm gonna throw EO1 30 feet into the air.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a 22.
That's in that one.
So I just flick him up, and you can roll the damage.
Crash him down. He splatters into goopy brain matter.
How long does
Next up is the second one, who is going to move 5, 10, and that's all it can do. Ash, what do you do?
EO1 is still alive? Just double checking. Okay. Did stabbing them work? Stabbing the brain outside of the ooze work? I'm just curious. No? Okay.
No. 12 points of damage.
All right. Sounds good. It is not looking good. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Next up is Nor.
EO2. 30 feet in the air. That's 9.
It's a 10.
I don't have a bardic inspiration right now because I used it to flick it last time, so that'll just fail. But I'm gonna move, right up, ons. I'm gonna move right up ons.
Sounds good. Next up, it's its turn, and it is going to move kind of like underneath your feet. And
What? You can't move through my space.
it's tiny. It's literally like a little.
I demand that I can stomp on it if it moves under my feet like that.
It's not leaving your melee range.
Okay,
You're gonna kill it beforehand. It has 12 HP.
we'll see.
Ash.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's. Well, there's a nat 20. So 12 total of 3 attacks.
How do you do it?
I don't know. I punch it to death. It explodes.
Ash sounds very sassy today. Is he mad that his sentient weapon isn't working on the ooze?
He's mad that none of his magical weapons are working on the ooze. Actually, hilariously, Giles is in his offhand. Because Giles actually does less damage than his other magical sword.
That's funny. So yeah, you slice away at these oozes and look at the scene in front of you. And over the course of about a half hour, you're able to like firebolt. The other ones are fine with only that particular one was immune to slashing. So you're able to get the rest of the ooze, and you're like, fuck these like immune oozes, and you just go ham, clearing out this particular area. And you see that there are, now that you kind of cleared it up, it's a very well decorated room. You imagine once it's got some, the windows opened up again and some light and some air in, it'll probably, be back to looking real nice soon. There are a set of stairs going up in the back left. There are a set of stairs going down in the back right.
I vote we move quickly.
Oh.
I've still got a little bit of energy left in these fingers.
Yep.
Telekinesis lasts for 10 minutes, so
Got
if we
it.
can get
And
into a
sorry,
fight.
Before I'm just gonna do this. Stairs up, stairs down, both in the back. A room to, I'm just gonna give you the names of it. I don't care that you know it. A servant's quarters, in the back of the room. To the left, a dining room. To the right, a library. And I'll just say that Ash, being a noble, kind of knows the general layout of castles like this. You're like, yep, that's where the servants would be. Over there's a lot,
Right. Well, where should we go?
Up to down or down to up? Up sounds good. I can throw things off of balconies.
Let's go up.
Alright, so y'all rush upstairs. And there are a set of rooms to the left with certain just sort of there's like little nameplates on it, like so and so's room, master bedroom. They have the names, that those are the bedrooms, which probably means that the rooms across are like the sun room, the music room, things of that nature. Which ones do you go into?
The leisure rooms? I don't know. I'm just kind
so
of
you go
flipping a
for
coin in my head.
telekinesis, and here, like the 10 minutes would have been spent up doing getting rid of all the other slimes in that room. That I'm not going to make you do
that's
combat
fine.
with, so I just wanted to give you a heads up. Like, you don't have to rush through in order to keep up telekinesis.
So I no longer have telekinesis, is what you're
Right,
saying.
because it would have taken about a half hour of hacking, slashing, firebolting, all that stuff to get rid of the literal hundreds of slimes and minor slimes and oozes.
All right.
I mean, CBH, if there were hundreds, Ash would be dead right now.
but I'm saying minor oozes, like literally like little like
Stomp them
droplets.
between your toes, I guess.
Exactly, like you could like just kind of stomp on them and things of that nature.
Okay.
Like I was just trying to give like the scope that like also you are high level characters, so there's certain things that you don't that are not even worthy of initiative.
Sure. 100%.
So you go to the leisure rooms?
Yeah, let's go to leisure rooms.
All right. So, what's both of your passive perceptions?
Not that
18.
high. Mine's like a 13 or something. Wait.
heard
Oh, I
18.
accidentally.
Out of Ash?
1 sec.
Yeah, 18 for Ash.
All right. So you go into a hallway with a couple
Wow.
of rooms on either side. Some doors open, some doors closed, and there's little, once again, minor oozes that you stomp and stab along the way. But as you approach one room, you hear just kind of a sound of someone
Beat
playing
is
drums rhythmically,
I'll knock on the door.
and it's a. And then you hear the sound of a thunk of the drum being set down, and nothing. I'm going to... Ash, with your passive perception, you could see just the smallest little, like, drops of ooze sneaking under the door. And with your passive insight, you could tell that it's like trying to see like who's knocking on the door, and then it slowly eases its way back out. And then you hear
So it's an ooze doing that? Is that what we gather?
I mean, yeah, Ash will look at you and be like, did an ooze learn how to play drums? What is happening?
Well, sorry, ooze. And I'm gonna open the door.
Yeah, you open the door, and there is an ooze playing a djembe. While another ooze just kind of dances a little to it. It's got like this vaguely humanoid form. Like it looked at the portraits that are on the wall and had to guess what the bottom was because like the portraits are busts. So it's got like humanoid like features-ish that it's morphed itself into, and then the bottom is just ooze because they don't have full body portraits in this particular place, so they kind of guessed the rest. And they turn their direction, their heads in your direction. They don't have eyes. It's literally just like this yellowy green color. And then there's just a slow. And the other ooze is just like.
What is happening? What is happening? Ash is in another one of these situations where he's like, no one back home is even kind of gonna believe this. Like... Hello?
And it looks back in your direction, and when you say hello, it'll give another wave.
What are y'all doing up here? Having a ball!
Yup. Bolo. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna mute myself for y'all. Bolo!
I guess we just kill them. I don't know what
What
to
I
do.
got.
You can't just kill them if they're not attacking us.
So when you say like, "What are you doing here?" they lift the djembe up in your direction, and kind of smack on the goatskin head, and then, as if they're trying to show you, this is how you play the drum, and pass it in your direction.
We'll just leave these ones alone.
Yeah. I think we kind of have to.
Now, do bear in mind that you can leave them alone. You were tasked to clear out all the slime. This is someone else's residence. I'm not saying violence is the only way to solve this issue. But yeah, you have encountered those. And you awkwardly close the door and they wave goodbye to you. And then you head back out. There doesn't seem to be any other, like there were other minor slimes in there, but they were all kind of dancing to the beat. The rest of the slimes in the leisure rooms are all minor, and you're able to dispose of pretty quickly. Like you even kind of scoop them up and like dump them out off the balcony. You know, you don't need telekinesis to yeet them off the edge. Where do you go from here?
Is that all the leisure, the bedrooms, or?
You just went through the leisure room. So there were a couple
Oh,
of
yeah.
leisure rooms.
Sorry,
The only
not
one
all
of
the leisure
note
rooms.
was the music room, where there were the two larger humanoid shaped, but they're definitely, you could tell like they're not humanoids, they're just ooze that reshape themselves. Like there was a kid's playroom, and you fire bolted the oozes out of those.
Well, let's go to the bedrooms.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check, Nora, as you head into the bedrooms.
That is a 26.
All right. So you notice in one of the bedrooms, as you kind of creep the door open just a little bit, there seems to be an ooze like laying in bed. Once again, like kind of mimicking the act of sleeping, but like it doesn't, like oozes don't sleep. Like you would know that from what you've like studied and encountered of these things in the past. And when you open the door, it will look over to you and then pull
And
the
I'll just
blankets
shut the
back.
door. All right. I think I have a plan for these guys, but we need to get rid of all the violent ones first. And I'll keep looking through the bedrooms.
Yep. So looking through the bedrooms, there was only one that was occupied. The other ones are pretty devoid of slime, just because these bedrooms face like the sunny side of the windows, and so even with the curtains drawn, there's some light filtering in. It seems like the oozes don't enjoy light, so there's very little work to be done over here.
All right. And now let's head downstairs, I guess.
Yeah.
I think what I'll do is once we crash the thing down, I'm just going to make an illusion of a really... Oh, they can't see. I'll just grab their drum and I'll just, Pied Piper them out and into the ocean.
It's possible. So you're
Does
back
not feel good.
So wait, they're blind and deaf, but they can hear the music?
I mean, you don't have to be hearing to play music and to feel rhythmic.
And they're mimicking the paintings, but they can't see? What is this?
Listen! I'm here for the
Let's go
flavor.
downstairs.
Don't point out my plot holes.
Let's
and they
go
don't
downstairs.
need eyes to see. They were able to sort of just over the course of the many years just feel the portraits with their Little pseudopod
It's
hands.
been many years.
I mean, they've been. I guess it's only been a couple months, rather, so. Still. Leia, your face. Why don't you like my slime family?
No. It doesn't feel good because these things seem like sentient and shit, and we're just yeeting them off the side of the fucking mansion in the ocean.
Well, some of them are just mean. We
Yeah.
can't help the mean ones.
Sure, but we're not talking about the mean ones right now.
Yeah, for the record, you are only getting like the things that I'm fast tracking you all through. You're only going after like the mean ones that hiss and bite at your ankles as you walk by.
Except for we just yeeted this whole family out of the window.
No, you didn't.
No, that's not. I thought Eric said.
No.
Okay, never mind.
So you're back at the main floor. And there is a stair down. There is the library and the dining room.
I guess just systematically left to right.
Yeah, let's just. Oh, we still need to go to the dining room and library. Oh, yeah. So I guess, I don't know. Where do you want to go, Ash?
Let's just go to the dining room.
All right. Maybe there'll be some good chow in there.
Yeah. Now, are you just gonna throw the door open and walk in? Are you gonna like? How are you approaching this?
Oh, we'll just take a peek.
How?
How?
Yeah.
You can't just like walk up and sneak up and just look in the room?
There is a door.
Yeah, I'll crack it open like I did with the sleeping slime.
Give me a stealth check.
$21.
All right. With your 21, you are safely certain that, I mean, they do have blind sight, but they, did not notice you. But you see 4 giant spiders. Give me a perception check.
That's pretty good. Sorry, okay, so it's a nat 17, but then I rolled I plus 2, so 19.
Alright, so these spiders are walking very oddly. They're kind of like, very shaky. Each leg is like moving on.
Are they gelatinous spiders?
They are physical spiders. You could give me a nature check if you would like.
Nature check. 22.
I don't know about you. So with that 22, sorry, I'm just gonna put you on the opposite side of the door. You've heard of like creatures, like even non-magical ones, that will kind of eat the insides of a beast and take over its nervous system and then kind of operate it as like, its new brain. So what you think based on this sort of weird movements of these spiders, that it must be some slime that ate away at the spider's innards and is now operating the spider's carcass.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
And
Well,
you
these things
very
gotta die.
Carefully close the door after that.
No, they gotta die. I'm just trying to determine what creature I'm gonna polymorph myself into.
Another spider. Hello, fellow spiders.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
Tyrannosaurus North.
Sorry. No, this is too small. They're like 5 foot, right? 5. They're like, I need to be a medium creature. But if Ash wants to do anything, they absolutely can.
I think you're muted.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I mean, I'll follow Nora in there. I'm invisible, so I'll follow Nora in there and then murk some weird ass mind controlled bugging spiders.
If so, a saber-toothed tiger is a large creature. Could I fit as a saber-toothed tiger between these?
Yeah. You could get into
Okay.
the door as a saber.
Okay, okay, let me see if there's filter size large. One sec. Wait, can you filter by size? I don't think you can. Tiniest, maybe? There we go. Large. Okay, so what's the best large one? Okay. Giant coral snake. Snakes like spiders. I'll become a coral snake.
Now here's a
If
question.
you
They
if you
do
let
not
me
s-
yeah.
Before you do this, they do not seem to have noticed you. Are you going to try and rest up, and heal up before this fight, or are you gonna go in guns ablazing?
I'm doing fine.
I mean, I'm bloodied, but it's fine.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. You can get a surprise round.
Oh no. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll turn into the coral snake and I'm gonna try to sneak up and bite the SH3.
All right, let's roll for initiative. You will get a surprise round, and you will have advantage on them.
Okay. So I roll a do I polymorph before or after the surprise round?
Before.
Or before or during? Okay.
Yeah, because
So
like you're behind
I'm
the
just
door.
you
and
see
then,
I'm now a
Ash...
huge long snake.
Nice.
And my initiative is a 11.
Again. And Ash.
Initiative? Lols. 14?
Sounds good. So Ash, you are first. What do you do?
Wow, I did not expect to be first. You say I have advantage on all these?
It's a surprise round, so I'm giving you advantage during the surprise round.
Alright, cool. Yeah, let's move up to SH3.
Sounds good. 5, 10, 15. Yep, you got it.
And glad I have advantage because that was a nat 1 and a 17.
Hey. Yep.
17 hits.
Yep. 1 second. So 1 sec. So on that hit, you take 4 acid damage. You can continue to whack it if you want, but
yeah. Pretty sure I hit every time because my lowest was a 24.
Alright, so you're gonna take 13 points of acid damage across all 3 attacks.
That's so fucking gross.
As you stab into it, this necrotic fluid just spews out of the carcass. But how much do you hurt it for?
$61 points.
What?
61 points.
Nice. Yeah, in 1 turn, you immediately bloody it. Sorry, just as a reminder, if y'all could speak up just for this one session because my headphones are super low.
Sure thing.
What do you do?
I'm gonna slither up to SH4
Sounds good.
and bite him.
I love it.
So, nat 19,
Mm-hmm.
nat 20.
Yo.
So, all right. So that's how do we do crits? Remember, I haven't really done many
max-
attack rolls.
Yeah. So what's the natural attack of the snake? Like
2d4 plus
So-
3.
So it'll be 8 plus 3. So 11 is the base. Then do another 2d4.
Okay, so 11 And then that's plus 2, that's 13.
Okay.
Plus 3, that's 16 damage. And it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That will be a 17.
It saves.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
That's it.
And are you as a snake immune to poison damage?
I don't think the ooze would know that, but I am not.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, as you bite in, the kind of like the necrotic slime gushes into your mouth, and you take 13 acid, or it's acid,
13?
not poison. I'm sorry. So acid.
Okay, yes, you got it. So, you just want me to use the base stats for the coral snake, right?
Mm. All right. Next up, the surprise round is over, and the skitterhaunts, as they're called, are going to climb up a little bit onto the wall. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And make their way over to Nor, and the other one will make their way over to Ash, just kind of going up along the wall and skittering its way over. I'll do Ash's first. Oh wait, no, Eric, you're back. So it is going to make 3 attacks at you, Nor.
Okay.
Skitterhaunt 1. So the first one is a 7, followed by a dirty
Miss.
20, followed
Hits.
by a 17.
Oh, I have to make a con check for when it hit me there,
Mhm.
right? And I add my proficiency to these con checks. Is that correct?
Because you have the con feat, right? Like some.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
resilient con.
Yeah, so you're going to use
So-
your Nor stats for that one.
All right. So, but instead of the normal, which would be +9, it's only a +7 because the coral snake only has +2 con,
Got
right?
it. Yeah.
All right. So +7, nat 20 on the first, on the one when I took acid damage from biting. Okay. Now go ahead and do.
Okay, so you'll have to make 2 more. Because
right.
it hit you twice after that.
All right. But I need to know how much damage. I guess it's probably not going to do over.
It's
20.
not going to be. Each one's not going to be more than 20. So.
Okay. That's a 7 plus stuff, so that'll save.
Okay.
Nat 20. Wow.
Nice.
Nat 20 on these saves.
So 19 damage on the first attack, and you are grappled by it. The second attack is 11.
19's a lot of damage, by the way. All right, so I take a total of 30. So.
Yep. And now we are back at Ash's turn. Skitterhaunt 3 is pretty fucked. You could do 1 attack at a time because that's how fucked it is.
All right. First attack is gonna be 17.
That'll hit.
Okay.
So roll your damage for that one first.
Yep. Ooh, sad damage. 14.
That does it.
Okay.
It spews out. You take 3 acid damage as you jab the sword into its kind of belly and slice it across, and the ooze comes gooping out, and the giant spider carcass, smelly and definitely decayed, falls limp next to you. You do have another one on you, so you could give me the damage for those.
Okay, so I'm doing 2, and the lower of the 2 is gonna be like a 25.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it is almost bloodied with the sheer force of that one. And you take an additional 4 acid damage across both attacks. Next up is Nor. What do you do?
Gonna bite him.
Sounds
Bite
good.
the SH4. No advantage now, right?
Correct.
That's a 16.
That'll hit.
3, 9 piercing damage.
Sounds good.
Con save.
The con con save is a 12.
That's the DC. Fuck.
Damn.
That's it.
All right.
It has a pretty cool effect if it goes off, but it has to go off.
I'm really hoping, because I would love to see what it is. So, the Skitterhaunt that you just sunk your teeth into, and by the way, you took 1 acid damage from that, is going to make another 3 attacks at you. So give me 1 second. First one is a 25. Second is a 7. And then the third one is a 16.
Hits.
Okay. So the first attack, oof. That is literal max damage. 20 points of damage.
It already did 20. Nat 15 on the save.
Nice. And then the second one, 4, 7, 9, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
I was already rolling one, so I'll just do that one first.
Oh, sorry.
That was a 7.
Yeah, a Constitution saving throw for an effect.
Yeah. So it's a 20.
Okay.
Or 19. And then I'll roll to see if I save.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nat 5, but it's plus 6, so.
Hey, just barely squeaking by. Awesome.
And that's 9 damage though, so. I'm keeping. If you look in chat, you can see the health of the.
Oh shit! Damn.
Of the snake.
Oh right.
I have a low AC in snake form.
Yup. Skitterhaunt 1 is going to do the same thing. Its little pincers start snapping, and out of the pincer mouth comes a pseudopod that just tries to bap you in your snake face. But that is a 7.
Miss.
Followed by an 8. That one will probably hit, though, because that's a 24.
Yes.
So that is going to be 2, 8, 10 damage.
And con save. Nat 8, so I'm okay.
Awesome.
And 10 damage, so.
Ash, what do you do? The one in front of you is almost bloodied.
Wait, sorry.
Let's murk it. Yeah, I got 2 15s and a 19 on the die, so we're just.
Hit. Oof.
Is that gonna be some sad poison damage? Was that oof?
Yeah, that's 25 poison damage.
Oh! What? So rude!
Each time you stab into it, it's just like dripping down your. I really regret making that gesture. It's dripping down your arm, and burning through your skin.
$56.
Oh yeah, tell me how you do it.
I'm just gonna like stab it through the eye while also just like going ow as this shit drips on me. It's like it like hurts, but it's also just gross.
It's definitely gnarly as shit. And you're watching like with like its legs are like kind of spasming with each slash. Do you do anything with your movement?
Yes. For an ore. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to SH4.
Sounds good.
I'm fine. I have not taken any damage.
Oh well, Ash is actually very, very hurt, but that's okay.
Nor, what do you do?
Time to eat. SH1. How's SH4 looking?
Not even bloodied yet.
I'll go for 1 anyways, because I see Ash coming up. 14? No, sorry. Okay, there's more than 14 though. I didn't add its proficiency bonus. So that is +5, so 16. All right. Make the con save, but you have to roll really low.
That's a 7.
Okay, so it takes 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
Okay.
And then it is stunned until the end of its next turn, and it is hallucinating and is afflicted with short-term madness. There's a D100 table for short 100 madness in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So roll a D100, DM.
All right. 1 second. 89.
89. The creature is stunned for 10 minutes.
I love it. I am so here for it.
So, yeah. So the stun, I guess, it's technically stunned until the end of the episode, but it's a hallucinatory stun. So it's just like, oh, I'm scared.
Yup.
That's why I went for the lower health one or the higher health one.
I'm here for
Some
it.
of these are pretty bonkers. Like you're frightened, stunned, paralyzed, unconscious. Must attack the nearest creature. Full stop. Like whatever the nearest creature is, you gotta hit it.
I love that. By the way, the snake does take 3 acid damage, but I mean the next attack.
Well, I
is
have to make the save. That's a nat 2. I'm out.
Oh.
As this poison sinks in, oof, and then I'm bamfed out of my my polymorph form, and now I've almost got. I'm like, I like try to get it off of my mouth, the acid, as I recoil in terror, but it's much more terrified and stunned.
Yeah. So Skitterhunt 4 is all set to sink its teeth into this large snake that's in front of him, but sees a tasty-looking human rushing towards it and is going to attempt to attack Ash. Luckily, it doesn't have a great plus to hit. A dirty 20.
Do these creatures rely on sight?
They do not. I'm sorry. It's the worst
Nor is-
time to have the
Nor's
fucking...
greatest invisibility, more like Nor's lamest invisibility.
It is still epic. Come on.
It
now.
is epic, and I
I'm joking.
swear I did not
I'm
have...
totally joking. Just to be clear, this is like a natural thing for playing D&D, right? Sometimes if invisibility was always good, then it would be too good.
Yeah. A 22, and then a 12.
22 hits.
All right. That is going to be not great. It's like almost minimum damage. So that's going to be 5 damage. And you are grappled.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Cool
Um,
beans. Ash has 20 points left. So.
I need another Constitution saving throw.
Don't worry, I got lots of healing spells.
Fuck. That Constitution saving throw is gonna be an 11.
Okay.
Good days, everyone.
You are now poisoned, and your max HP is reduced by 10. Ash is
Okay.
not having a good adventuring day.
Ash is not having a good adventuring day. Ash has 11 points left.
No. You did not. You
You didn't
take
take
additional
damage.
Your max HP.
Oh.
So like if you had 110 is the most, now you can only have 100.
I understand that, but that means that I had 131, I had 110 damage on me, I now have 121 damage to take, which means I still basically took 10 points of damage.
No. It doesn't reduce your current hit points at all.
Yeah. It doesn't reduce.
Only-
your
And I can still only take 11 more points before I die, right?
You just said that you
Well-
had 20 HP left.
Okay, so catch me if I'm wrong. I went from 131 top to 121 top.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. I have taken 110 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
Therefore,
So
I
you're
have
thinking
11
of it.
points left.
No, you're thinking of it in the wrong direction. So your current hit points is the same, just the top gets lowered. It's not about your total doesn't factor into your current at all.
Yeah.
So if you had 100 HP and you were at 50 and your max got reduced to 50, you still stay at 50 HP.
It just means you can't
What?
regain more than 50 HP.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Alright, so your max is
31.
131. You have taken a lot of damage, and now you're at 20 HP left. Your max
Sure.
HP, this one, reduced by 10. Your current HP is still 21. when you heal up, you drink a superior potion of healing, and you heal all the way up. The most you can heal is 121.
Okay.
But you still you don't take an additional damage just because you're max.
That's weird to me, but okay.
Alright, so, which one was that? Not 1. That was 4. So 1 is currently incapacitated and all that fun stuff. Ash, what do? You are grappled. SH4 is not bloodied yet. The other one is,
I'm just gonna yell out, "Don't hit it!"
Can I attempt to break the grapple?
Yeah.
Or am I just grappled? Okay. Strength check?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Jesus, this one rolled well.
Okay, 24?
Hey. Yeah, it rolled a 22. So you
Awesome.
break out of the grapple.
Yeah, and then I'm... You said don't attack it?
Well, I mean, I guess we have a telepathic communication, but so I'll just say I was gonna polymorph you, so that way you can't take any more damage.
Okay, yeah, in that case, heal chill.
Sounds good.
Maybe, I guess. Oh no, you use your action to break the grapple. I was gonna say you could maybe like prepare an attack or something, but you don't have to do that. Okay, so it's my turn now.
Yep. So you.
I'm gonna cast polymorph on Ash. Well, actually, I can't see Ash, so can I cast polymorph on them?
I would let you do this because it is your spell, and I'm going to say
Okay.
that for the purposes of sight, when it is your spell making this person invisible.
Okay, sounds good. So I will cast polymorph on them. I've also got the telepathic link, right? So like that helps out too. I don't know, but I'll reach out and I will cast polymorph on you, and I'm gonna turn you into a giant ape.
Those are gnarly.
So you're huge. So you're poof. You're just like suddenly you're this huge ape. You're ace. I'll send you the things over the Twitch chat. So that's the stats. Suffice to say, you have 2 fist attacks a turn, and they do mondo damage.
They do a lot.
I didn't want to disturb and destroy like the walls and the furniture and everything, but I guess the ape's it had to come out. All right, so that's that. And SH4 is still there. And I'm not gonna try to antagonize SH4. I'm just gonna chill because.
I mean, they're not very smart. They see what looked originally to be ready to be eaten, and then turned into a new shell, become an ape. So they are going to attempt to attack the ape. That'll be a 10, a 17, and a 15 to hit the ape.
I think it only has like a 12 AC. Yeah, it's really easy to hit.
Yep.
So
yeah, but it has a fuck ton of HP. So
yeah, and none of those count against your HP, of course.
So that is.
Where do I find the HP on here?
It should be. Did you take the? It's up at the top, right under the name. If you're looking at the thing I sent.
30,
157.
35 damage across all 3 attacks. And I need a Constitution saving throw out of the ape.
Okay. That's gonna be a 18.
You're fine. 1 is still stunned. Gorilla Ash, what do? 4 is the one that has taken damage.
Jesus.
And the one that is not incapacitated. So probably the one you want to wail on.
Yeah, we got like 10 minutes until we have to deal with the other one. So.
Yeah. I'll wail on that one. I guess I got 1
How
attack.
can you wail on
2.
it when you're an 8?
2.
Yeah. 2 plus 9 to hit. You have a reach
Yeah.
of 10 feet, and you do 3d10 plus 6.
So it's gonna be a double 18.
Yeah.
So you're really mad. And you're just like, poof, poof. You just like, doing like the ape thing where you just throwing down the arms. And you have ape form for like an hour, so we can chill. We can go and try to look around for anything. If we can squeeze you out of the this is the dining room here.
Yeah.
Okay.
52.
Oh yeah, you wreck its day, and you, bam, slam your ape fist into the Skitterhaunt's head, and it splashes. The ape does take 12 acid damage, but it is now.
It's nice to
fine.
polymorph somebody else because then you don't have to
Make the con
sorry.
saves.
Yeah. You don't. No con saves need to be made, which is nice.
Yep. And for the sake of expediency, I'm going to say that Nor just firebolts the other Skitterhaunt until it's dead, so the ape does not have to take damage.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And with, we'll say 58 minutes remaining in the polymorph, you finish up these two Skitterhaunts, and it's really gnarly. Like, the oozes were sort of keeping the husk fresh, but like immediately you could smell this kind of rotting corpse scent fill your nostrils.
Wait, so we use up all the rest of the time? Is that what you're saying?
You used up like 2 minutes.
Oh, with the time remaining. Okay, I thought you were okay. So, I'll kind of come up to you and I'll be like, "How you feeling?" You're an ape form. You want to go across the way into what was that one called? The living room? I don't
Library.
know. The library? Wreck some books?
Ash is gonna Kool-Aid man this door.
I am so here for this.
That's where Ash is at right now.
Oh my god. So Gorilla Ash just hauls ass, breaks down this door, and you see the humanoid oozes, different ones, look up in shock as they're holding up books in their hands.
I'll walk in. Are you guys like the nice oozes or are you the mean oozes? As like Ash is just, I'll be like, whoa, Ash, hold on.
No, I mean, Ash is just gonna like yeet the door, but then is gonna stand there like, what? Go away. He can't actually talk, but
Yeah.
Is he an invisible gorilla?
He is an invisible gorilla. So they don't know it's a gorilla, they just know this huge thing burst through the door. Like, they can feel your size, but they can't, like, see you.
Oh my god, that's really funny.
That is
And,
really funny. So are they the nice kind or are they the mean kind?
They offer you a book.
I think that they're the nice kind, and I'll just close the door.
It's broken.
I'll just leave the
Ash
door
will prop
open.
The piece of the wall back up. So all they see is the door moving, but it's fine.
To the basement.
All right.
Can Ash fit through the staircase?
He
Yeah,
will.
you'll get some like old butter from the kitchen and grease up.
Ew, no! We did not say this Imagine has to be intact at the end of this. He's just gonna no. No, absolutely not. Ash is not gonna be covered in gross ass butter.
Well, it'll only be I don't think Ash would be when you come back.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't want to feel fur covered in fucking butter for the
Fair
next
enough.
hour. No.
Fair enough.
He is a tactile man.
Then give me a strength check to get that fucking dump truck of a gorilla ass down
Well, that's
the
a
hall
net
door.
20, bitch. So
Alright.
keep on keeping on.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't stop laughing.
I mean, it is entertaining.
So, Ash pushes, kind of nudges his way down the staircase. And the basement, you would expect to see, like kind of storage and like barrels and things that, are not really like, sightly, things that you need to have in the house but don't look pretty, so you don't want guests to see them. But what you see is a gorgeous lake down here.
Lake?
Like a mini lake, like the size of the room. 1 second,
So more like a pond.
a bit, yeah. So you are here at the stairs up. You see across a stair down, and there is a beautiful crystal clear lake. You look down and you could see koi fish in there. I'm not sure if you've seen koi fish before, but your characters do see them. A couple of crabs kind of scuttling along. It looks only about like 10-15 feet deep at most, scuttling along the bottom of the sand, and then crawling up their way on the itty bitty island in the center.
Any oozes?
Anything
don't
to
see
do
that.
here?
Sorry, what was that?
Anything to do here, you think?
Yeah. Is there any? Do I see any oozes hanging out?
You do not see any oozes. You do see a stair on the opposite side of the room, but that is it.
Let's go out to the stair on the up. We'll walk around the lake.
The entire room is lake, though. That's the thing.
Oh.
So there is an
Don't
island.
don't worry, Ash. Just hold the. Oh, I can't fly. I can't fly without dropping the polymorph. Hold on, let me think for a sec.
Mhm.
If I got something.
I mean, Ash can just carry you across. He's just gonna Jane you, and
You could just put me in your hand and then just swim across. I'm fine with that. Yeah. I don't
I mean, how
see.
deep is this? How deep is
Oh
this?
wait.
like,
How long is
pond?
the how far away? How far across is it?
It is 100 feet across.
Okay,
And
so
how
if we
deep
get
is
into
it? Do you know?
trouble,
15 feet deep.
15.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like
huge.
taller
So
than that.
you probably would be had. That's like
Yeah.
up to your neck. So yeah, you can just carry me across. If we get into trouble, I can just dimension door us like poof, to the other side. If there's like a real deadly thing that we need to get out of this lake ASAP.
Sure,
But it
yeah.
would be better not to have to use my polymorph slot on a dimension door.
Sure.
Oh, that's what people call 4th level spell slots, right? Polymorph slots.
Yes.
Can I please get out of Ash 1 second a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no, but it's using the monkey stats.
Oh, the monkey stats? Oh. Wisdom saving throw. It's cool. It's a dirty 20.
Yeah, sounds good. And you move 1 second. I'm gonna get the. Don't think I have like a proper map for this one, so I'm just gonna use this one. This was kind of the best that I had in a pinch. So, and Nor is on like Ash's shoulders.
Sure.
Is that?
Yeah.
That's what I imagined.
Whatever is gonna get
5, 10.
her out the water.
25, 30. Yeah. So like she's standing on your shoulders. And as you make your way across, you feel a tentacle burst from the sand underneath you, wrap around your leg, and crush. We'll roll for initiative in a moment. But that.
So this is under the water, right?
Actually, what it would do, I think. It engulfs you instead. I need a strength check.
So 19 on the die. Great ape. Ooh, giant ape. What do we do? Plus 6, 25.
Okay, so you are able to not be restrained by it, but it kind of it goes up over your head, like it morphs and kind of takes over and tries to push you down into the lake, and under the sand. Nor it's like at your feet, but you are not currently the target of its attack. Let's roll for initiative. You are not pushed down, Ash. That's the important thing.
Okay.
Make sure you use the giant ape's dex.
Yeah.
6.
Ooh, 19 on the die. This is good. Sorry, I'm looking for a dex check? No, I'm looking for initiative. Derp. Okay, it's just a dex check, I guess, so it's gonna be a 21.
I mean, you definitely got the highest out of all of them. So, Ash, what do? You are currently underwater in this moment, but you can move freely to kind of move forward a little bit and pop your head above water. It kind of forms, like a small like mountain of goopy water to try and pull you down, but you are not restrained by it.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna book it for the other side as fast as I can. That's. I don't. Yeah. So
we're gonna need to kill this thing, though, aren't we?
You are.
As
What?
per our agreement.
We have to kill everything, or we have to kill all the slimes?
This is a slime.
This is a slime?
We can figure out an alternative way to kill this slime, but we're gonna have to kill it somehow.
Yeah, I'm still gonna book it. So it's gonna be a dash 80 feet.
Sounds good. 5, 10, 15.
Because I'd rather be able to talk about this first and figure out a strategy. Because if this thing grapples either one of us.
Yeah, so actually,
unless one of us is a giant crab.
You're going to
Sure.
be on one of the staircases at this point. At
That's
the
fine.
edge.
Cool.
Do you want to go halfway down the staircase so it can't see you, or like kind of like, So here's the thing: you can either stay at the edge where you would technically be in combat with it still, but not so far that like if there's anything below that you would kind of alert them. You can start heading down the stairs with your movement, but you might alert things that are further below.
Well, we're a giant ape. We're just gonna alert anything to our presence anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, not all the way down. Like, yeah, halfway would be fine.
Okay, sounds good. So, I mean, you're not like technically halfway, but you're out of combat is the important thing, because like you use most of your movement. You get like 10 feet down the stairs, and you're now out of sight of. I only chose this because of the name, the Oozasis, which made me laugh when I saw it. What are y'all doing?
Well, we're gonna travel down the stairs, right? Because we still got this ape.
True. Oh man. And it's like going from the frying pan into the fire as you head down and see just a big fucking bowl of ooze.
Mm.
And as you start making your way down towards the edge of the staircase, you see a ginormous pseudopod lift out, getting ready to attack. Do you stay here, or do you go back upstairs?
I'm gonna go back upstairs. Ash is not here for this right now. It's like, can we just take like a short rest?
You have both of their attentions now. I don't think you're gonna be able to short rest. 'Cause they can make their way up and down the stairs.
We got this.
You have
Ash
one
here
of them, maybe.
for this dick. He is gonna be so mad. If he fucking wakes up in his pod back home, he's gonna be like, "Fuck you."
Let's do
I
this.
love this because y'all just tried to skip over the mini boss and got to the big boss, and then now we're stuck in between the big boss and the mini boss.
Just go. We got this. I have
Up or
a lot of
down? Up or
polymorphs
down?
left.
Up or down?
Down. We're gonna go down because we just start punching the ooze. Okay.
Is this ooze gonna follow us? Is the ooze upstairs gonna follow us downstairs?
You don't know how far
Don't.
it could go, but you know that it definitely has some reach.
Fine, big boss it is, whatever.
We're gonna keep the same initiative, and we're just gonna start at the top again. But this is the Living Lake ooze. I just love, while the living lake remains motionless, it is indistinguishable from an ordinary lake or other large body of water. Anyway, let me get y'all on the map. This is hysterical to me. I'm not gonna have, like, the pseudopods pop out or anything like that. Like, it is literally the whole lake. You could be anywhere near the lake and, you know, hitting it. So when I say pseudopod, like, it's got a huge reach, so don't, like, obsess over, like, oh, but, like, I was over here, I want to get out of that pseudopod. Another one's just gonna pop its way out of the lake. So, Ash.
Smash.
Yeah. Alright, that's gonna be a 15 and a 24.
Both hit.
Oh my gosh, I just got a 10, 8, and 9.
1 second. 10, 8, and 9.
No, I'll added everything up. It was just a nice roll. That's all. 9, 8, 27. 58.
5-8.
Yeah, 5-8.
Nice. I'm here for it. What it is going to do, 1 second. It is immediately going to cast a spell.
Cast?
Can I counterspell?
You can attempt. It is a 7th level spell.
I'm gonna attempt. No, it's not gonna work. This is not
All right.
11.
Immediately, a wall of fire just shoots out, originating from Ash and going up the staircase, hitting, 1 second. It's gonna hit both of you. It is Firestorm. And I am going to need dexterity saving throws from both of you.
Make a concentration check.
I will once I take the damage.
19.
1 second. I need to see what its save is.
10.
Oof. 1 second. God, that is a gnarly save. Both fail. As you both take 30 fire damage. Luckily, that was a lot of 3s and 2s on that.
Alright, and con save.
Mm-hmm.
7 plus 9 is a
That does it.
16.
That does it. All right, Nora, what do you do?
Shoot. The firestorm's done.
I think it's instantaneous, so I don't think it lasts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I'm gonna run to the right, and I'll just toss a firebolt at it.
Sounds good.
Nat 20. 30
nice.
total. So it does 30, and then I roll the 3d10. Is that right?
Yep.
So that'll be 11 plus 2, 13. So 43 fire damage.
Nice. Ash.
You got this, Ash.
What do you do? It has taken 101 points. It is not bloodied yet.
Just keep.
I mean, we're
just
doing
keep
it
wailing.
again.
Smash.
Okay. 10 and a 15 on the die, so I assume they both hit. Jesus, okay. 19. 52. No, 57.
Nice.
Making math.
1 second. Yeah, you're wrecking it. Let me just see which one it's going to do. Oh, I like this one. So churning storm clouds centered on a point. You could try and counterspell this. So I just want to describe as it starts forming. A point that you can see in range with a radius of 360 feet. Lightning lashes in the area. Thunder booms. Strong winds roar. Each creature under the cloud must make a Constitution saving throw. But this is where we're getting to stuff. So this is
Counterspell. It's a level 9.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I'll roll good. Nat 20.
Yo, let me tell you the spell because
20.
it is.
20.
I loved it. Like, I'm glad you countered it. I also would love to see this happen sometime.
So like all the clouds start to cover us, and it's like, ha! And like a big burst of wind just shoots out from nowhere, blowing the clouds away.
Oh, so good. Check this out. On a failed save, this is immediately, they have to take 2d6 thunder damage, and they're deaf for 5 minutes. No save, you're just deaf for the next 5 minutes. And then each round is something different, like weather-related sort of damage. But that was very good. Nor, what do you do?
Well, firebolt again. If I roll another nat 20, that would be pretty bonkers. I'm not a cheater, I swear. That's a 14.
That does it.
All right.
AC.
Well, it is a big pool of ooze. Double zeros. So that's why can't I roll that when I roll a percentage dice? and then a 5, so 25 fire damage.
Beautiful. 1 second. All right, it is starting to get close to bloodied. Ash, what do you do?
Okay, that's gonna be a 21 and a 13.
1 hit.
$28.
Nice. 1 second. Math is difficult. All right. It takes that damage. It is very close to bloodied. It is now the Living Lake's turn as it tries to call a strike of lightning down on Gorilla Ash. Are you going to attempt to counterspell this one? It's an 8th level.
No.
Sounds
It's
good.
easier for me to just polymorph Ash back into their. Wait, how much HP do you have left in ape form? Actually, this is important.
Oh, okay, I've taken 77 damage.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it happen. It's unlikely that I'd be, that I counterspell it anyways.
Yeah, no, don't take up the.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Ash. As this bolt of
Nat
lightning.
20!
No, but for what?
21.
22, I think.
22.
Oh, the DC's 21, so. Good job. So instead of taking 46 lightning damage, you only take 23. As it calls lightning, and that is the last of its big spells. It's still got plenty of lower level spell slots, but Nor's forcing it to use all of its big ones. Nor, what do you do?
Firebolt. That'd be 19.
Yep.
Okay, 7 plus 9, 16 fire damage.
Nice. Let's see. It is now bloodied. As you have done 227 points of damage to it. Ash, what do you do?
Lower one is a 17.
Yup, both hit.
$49.
Nice. Next up is the Ooze, who is going to cast Dominate Beast on Ash. I need a Wisdom saving throw out of the Giant Ape.
Counter spell.
Let's see, that is a 4th level spell.
I have to use a 4th level slot. I don't have any 3rds left. So 1 second, let me find
Alright,
Nor.
so then that just counters it. So you stop it from countering you. From dominating Ash. Nor, it is now your turn.
Firebolt. 27.
Yup.
6, 5, 11 plus 6, 17 fire damage.
Nice.
I'm just just
Yeah,
shooting firebolts.
you're just a
out.
counter spell machine as it attempts to cast spell after spell after spell. Ash,
Yeah,
it's now
we're
your
running
turn.
low on them counter spells though.
I know.
I have 1/5 and 1/6 left.
Jesus.
I mean, Ash has counter spells, but he can't use them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're doing massive damage, and none of the damage that you're taking matters. So, or like
Yeah.
it doesn't affect your actual HP. So, you're doing lots of work right now.
Smash.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, I didn't realize it was my turn. 17 is the lower one again.
Yup.
$48.
Nice. Alright, you have dealt 341 points of damage to this large ooze. And it's starting to feel its mortality. And it's thinking, fuck this wizard and fuck this ape. And it's going to start wailing on you instead. So it is going to make at first 2 pseudopod attacks. So that's a 17 and a 29 to hit Ash. So that is going to be... I'm just going to take the average because it's a lot of d6s to roll. 26 bludgeoning and acid damage. So actually up to 50 because he hit twice. Is Ash still an ape?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then-
barely. Yeah.
Alright. And then it is going to make a grasping tendrils attack for a 17.
Sorry, yeah.
And I need a constitution saving throw. Well, actually, this would matter. So, would you still be in your ape form or ash form after an additional 21 acid damage?
Yep. So I take anything on top of that, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm down.
No, you're just back as Ash. Oh, but Ash is down?
If I take the additional stuff, I'm down.
So how much did you have left? So
So I had 20. I had as an ape 5 left, and as
Okay.
Ash I had 21.
No.
and you took 20. So
You took
Okay.
how
21
much?
total, so you would
Sorry.
have like 6 left.
So yeah, you
6
should have 6.
as
Yeah,
Ash.
because it carries over. So you take it. So it's like you take like if it was 10 and 10, you would take 10 on your on ape form and then 10 on ash form. So you don't
Yeah.
take the full damage. So you're still up. My turn, right?
Not yet.
Shit.
Yeah. If the attack
'Cause it just
hits, the
grappled me.
target is also engulfed. The engulfed target is blinded, restrained, unable to breathe, and must... Okay, so that last attack yanks him into the pool. So you can see him, but he is currently, like,
see.
or so feet. What?
I can see an invisible creature. It's
Well,
so
you know what I'm
massive.
saying.
Or I
Like,
guess
you
it's
see-
Ash now. It's not an ape, but
Yeah. But what I'm saying is you could see like the little bloop in the water
Okay.
and the, sort of the shaking. Like Ash, you're only pulled down like 5 feet into the water with that. But you are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
I don't take any more damage after that.
Not yet. Nor what do you do?
cast a 5th level slot and gonna polymorph Ash. Let's go full T-Rex. Well, T-Rex doesn't get to attack twice.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
And
be
the
able-
T-Rex actually has less HP. So we're gonna keep the ape. You're back in ape form.
I'm here for it.
as- so
I'm still restrained, I assume.
And blinded. So, you can use your action to try and break the restraint. You would not have disadvantage on that because you're just trying to move your way out and you still have your movement.
Nope.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So that's that. It is now the,
did you just roll really low trying to break the restraint, or
Yeah, I just rolled a 2, so that's
Yeah.
not. There's no way that's making it.
it's an?
Yeah,
I guess it's
and
an 8. But
I think that even feeling that, like, the armor class of the ooze is really low, and it's really tough to break this. So it might even be more worth it to just try and kill it, rather than lose.
I can't. I'm restrained. I can't attack.
You can attack when restrained, can't you? It's just
Not-
yeah, you
I
can
can when
attack.
I'm
It's a
grappled.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
You can attack when restrained. You just have disadvantage.
Okay.
But you already tried to break free of the
yeah.
grapple, so
Okay.
you used your action.
Yeah. I need a Constitution saving throw out of the ape.
Well, maybe. I rolled a 13, so it's a 17.
Not quite. So
Alright.
you naturally open your mouth to try and breathe, and the goopy water just fills your lungs, and you take 28 acid damage. 1 second. And that's that. Next up is Nor.
I'm gonna rush forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting closer to Ash, but not into melee range with the thing.
Like that.
If I can avoid it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna fire bolt. Let me just look. Yeah. One sec. Just looking up a spell. Okay, instead of doing that, I have this potion of growth. I'm just gonna throw it. It says you can. Oh wait, you gave me enlarge effect. Never mind. I thought it was enlarge or reduce. Sorry, I was gonna try to shrink it. But I can't do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna shoot out a firebolt.
Sounds good.
23.
Yep.
14 plus 9, 23.
Sounds good. I also forgot that it didn't attack at all. That was just Ash existing. So it would have also attacked Ash.
But oh, okay.
like just being in the league, I forgot to have it do its
Yep, that's fine.
attack. So 31 and a 22, both of which I believe hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it'll make a grasping tendrils. Luckily, no crits. So you just see the lake punching down on this ape as the ape takes in total 71 points of damage as it's pummeling this poor creature inside of it. Ash, what do you do?
Guess I'll try to attack.
Sounds good.
Nope. That's a nat 1. The second one will hit.
Alright.
For a 27.
Nice. Alright. You have it down to its last 100 HP. As you're seeing the ooze start to lose consistency. Before it was this thick, vicious liquid that would just be able to smack real hard, but now even Ash, as you're restrained, you could feel it start to lose its life. Next up is its turn, and it is going to move forward out of the water. What was I gonna say? It has a movement of 20 feet, so it's just going to move up onto the lake shore, and it is going to attempt to do the same to Nor as it is doing to Ash.
Okay.
That will be, the first one is a 28. The second one, math is hard, a 21.
Shield.
Okay. And then the third one, a 25.
2 hit.
Alright, so luckily, oh no wait, the engulf, the grasping tendrils was the last one. So, you take 25 plus 25.
I was really hoping I was out of range there.
46 points of damage. Now that's across 2 attacks. So you would have to make a DC 12 and a DC 10 con save to keep up polymorph.
That doesn't matter.
What?
I was 46.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. I'm out.
No, but that's across 2 attacks. So...
I am down.
Oh, down. I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
All right. So Ash, you feel yourself, and it drags you 10 feet closer, but.
You would know that I would have been communicating with you, Ash, telepathically, that I had a plan for getting us out of here, and that's why I was moving closer to you.
Got it. Ash, it is your turn. What do you do?
Can I pull my weapons while restrained?
I'll say yeah. Like, you could have your weapons out.
Alright, let's try. Fuck you.
What?
Just got 2 nat 1s and a 2. Go on with your fucking merry day. Jesus.
What does the 2 add up to? It's not a hard creature to hit.
The 2 adds up to,
Well, you're rolling... Oh, that was just a straight... Well, why don't you... Did you roll 3 right away?
Yeah?
So why don't you... The first set of rolls is nat 1s. Second one's at 2. You can't, like, do worse than that. So roll a second one.
You can get another 2.
Okay. So what's your modifier?
Alright, so that's gonna be... Like, yeah, okay, I guess it's still a 13 on both of those.
Okay, that'll hit. And then
Oh,
your third
fuck
attack with
me.
disadvantage. Because, like, you rolled 3 with disadvantage, so you're supposed to, like, roll 2 at the same time. So, like, you roll 2 nat 1s.
Yeah, no, okay, so, yeah, so what I did for that was... So we started with the 2 1s, which was a 1.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was a 2 no matter what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I just didn't roll another die, and then I rolled another set of 2, which was 2.
Got it. Okay, so you still hit it twice.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. Okay. Apparently my dice have given up on me. Ash is supposed to die here, I guess. I guess it's gonna be a 31 still.
Hey, every little bit counts. 1 second. It's 426. And after that, you would give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh gosh, I'm making up for all those nat 20s. It's gonna be a 9, the nat 1.
All right. So after that, you take enough damage. It's like 20 something to make yourself go unconscious.
Yep.
Nor.
Mm-hmm.
Death save.
What?
Death
Death
save.
save. You know what would have been really fucking smart? If
What?
I had used my blink my fucking left eye to turn into a Tyrannosaurus Rex contingency at any point today. It's a fail. It's a 3.
I mean, I genuinely am willing to retcon that because Nor is smart enough even if Eric goofed it.
I mean, it's too late now. Eric has a +1 intelligence at the very least. He could have figured it out.
But genuinely, like, I am okay with you doing that. Like, I don't feel like it's ruining the story that Eric forgot in that moment that the thing that you say every fucking time I blink my left eye and I turn into a T-Rex.
Nah, just that's a failure.
Okay.
It's
Ash?
a-
I feel like we're
3.
so in it now that it's
Yeah.
like a little too
Yeah.
far in to.
It's a little too far to go back like 2 turns ago.
9.
I'm almost in a nat 20 this, don't worry. This dice has been coming through clutch.
Mhm.
Don't
Mhm.
worry.
Sounds good.
I just need a nat 20.
Alright.
Isn't it gonna be hurting us and taking acid damage? Am I on the steps or am I in
You're not
it?
in it.
Okay.
And you're all unconscious, so I'm not describing what's happening. So,
That's fine.
Nor give
All
me
right.
that save.
10. So that's a success, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Neither of you have to make death fails or saves. We'll resolve that later. Roll me a d4. The two of you.
3.
1.
All right. Ash, you wake up groggy, battered, hurt. You look to your left and you see Nor kind of stuck to the wall, Spider-Man web style. And yourself, you look down, similar issue. And you hear in your head, "Good. You're awake."
Do I know the voice?
Nope.
It's
You
the
are
fucking
in
ooze.
the ooze's lair. You still look out at this lake of ooze that smells kind of stale. And you hear, "I'm talking to you."
So say something of note.
Christ.
What? Ash is not happy.
I know.
Ash becomes a dick when he's not happy.
You hear, "You almost got me. I'm inclined to not kill you, but only if you do something for me."
Ooh. I mean, Ash will stare at it.
If you're too afraid to make a decision on your own, we can wait for your wiser companion to wake.
Wait for Nor.
I mean, he's just not gonna say anything at this point. He's assuming he's gonna die. It's fine. Fucking side quests. Never go on them.
You always die on side quests!
We always die on side quests. It's how it goes. He
You
doesn't.
were
That's why he
supposed
doesn't
to
like them.
short rest at literally any point before this.
We had a giant ape up, so you know
Dude,
we
use
just
a
thought,
spell
oh god.
slot.
Yeah, I mean it made sense not to short rest because the ape is strong enough to pretty much take on a lot of fights
I know.
by itself. You know, it makes sense. We
I
hadn't
know.
faced anything that was actually really dangerous up until that point. Seemed like a pretty easy job. And remember, we had a goblin friend who withheld information.
He didn't know the extent of it.
He withheld information he didn't know then.
Yeah.
If
We
they
did-
make it out of here, that fucking bitch owes us something fierce. Like, maybe Ash will just kill him and
No,
leave.
it is speaking its last words telepathically. I'm telling you what, because the moment I wake up, it's fucking gone.
Unless it's healed itself.
I don't know.
Gonna
I'm
assume
gonna
it
try
doesn't
to.
have much
I'm gonna
HP
try
left.
to I'm gonna ascertain if it has healed, and then I'm gonna act. Don't worry.
Yeah, Ash doesn't even bother saying like I'm not afraid or any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just keep staring, making his mind as blank as fucking possible.
Solid. 2 hours later, Nor wakes.
My con score is kind of high. That's fine. I'm just joking around.
I'd rather you roll the d4 to see how long each of you were knocked out for. On the bright side, Nor, you got like an arcane recovery out of that rest.
I don't think it counts as a short rest.
Does it? Right.
No, unless you say that I've long rested or something in the intervening time, because the way the arcane recovery is like it's an active thing that you do, right? It's not a
'cause
passive
you have to like
thing you
patch
get.
up wounds, so never mind.
All right, so I wake up.
Yes.
Does the creature speak to me?
Not immediately, but after a couple of moments. Ah. At long last.
Can we both hear this, or just Nor?
You could both hear it for the sake of clarity.
All right. Has enough time gone by where it is not as hurt as it used to be? Can I see it?
You could do a perception check.
5.
You do not know for sure. It is not moving. You really only were able to tell when it was making attacks, like the sort of consistency of the water as it moved around. But right now it is still.
Is there any like light or anything that would indicate what time it is?
You're in the basement right now, so no. There are no windows. Okay. You're in like the double basement. There is a light actually. So like the room is lit, but it's from that little arcane energy ball that Mulligan had mentioned that the villagers needed to help power some of their things. So that soft glow is lighting up the room right now. But it is not a natural light that lets you know how long it's been.
Why am I still alive?
Because I don't like to waste potential. But do know, if you spurn my offer or cross me, I will not hesitate to get rid of you.
Yeah. Is that so?
Yes.
What do you want?
I want you to stop all of the pesky mortals trying to come here. This is our home now. I don't care what you do, but keep them out.
Oh, sorry, that's like a full-time job. And Ash is not here for that.
So you know how You don't like that people are in your home?
Yes.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're in their home. They're not gonna stop, just like how you wouldn't stop.
I was born in here.
They were born in here.
They left.
They left because a weird goblin. I don't even know if you know what a goblin is. They left because somebody made something that they were scared of, that they had to leave.
That is no concern of mine.
You're right. And it's no concern of mine either. I'm gonna blink my left eye.
Alright. Do we want to re-roll for initiative or keep the old one?
We're gonna re-roll for initiative because I rolled like a 6. So I don't know what you're talking about, DM. Infinite time may have passed between now and then. It may have its 9th level spell slots back. I have one plan, which is very simply either kill it in T-Rex form or use my 6th level spell to Dimension Door us out. Okay, that's my plan. Okay, then we're gonna. That's what I'm sticking to.
All right.
And
It's gonna be a 28 with a nat 20s.
Yeah. Bear in mind, Ash
Right.
is still restrained, but
So-
you could potentially do other stuff while you're restrained. Nor would
So
it.
I'm using the Tyrannosaurus Rex's dexterity.
Yes.
Okay, that's only one less than my own. Nat 1. 0. So 1.
It's literally the same initiative order.
Well, I still think it was worth like the fact that it's the same doesn't mean that re-rolling was a bad idea. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I know,
going-
but it's still funny. Ash,
So is this thing restraining me with itself, or is it what's restraining me right now?
it's like spider webbing almost. So it is not restraining you. You're being restrained by stuff. It feels easier to get out of than if it was restraining you, but
Hold on, just 1 second.
The last thing I would say, what did I tell Ash to just no, because there's no way out.
what's up?
Ash, if you can get a way out, find a way out. Like that's all.
I mean, you could dimension. You are close enough where you can literally dimension door and hit the ground. Because it goes 400 feet, and you're currently just about 400 feet above ground level.
Oh, but I haven't finished the job yet.
we're a little much, aren't we? I feel like we're a little much.
Well, I don't want to have to admit weakness to this goblin if I can avoid it.
Well, Ash, what do you do?
Yeah. How far away is Nor from me?
You are within 5 feet of each other at this point. So I'm just gonna move y'all back over here.
Okay, I have a really very serious question for you. It's a little metagamey. So, when Nor goes into T-Rex form,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna break the bonds that is holding her, right?
No, you would still have a telepathic bond, but you're just gonna hear.
No.
the-
It's
the-
holding Nor to the wall. It will break,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Can I, at the moment, like, I want to hold my action, and at the moment that she turns into a T-Rex, like literally at the same time, I want to Vigilant Guardian change places with her. So we both break out of our fucking bonds.
Oh, let it happen. I'm here for
Yes!
this.
It's not supposed to
Alright.
be used that way, but this is assuming that this dude attacks her. With his next action, because it has to be when she is hit. I can do that.
Oh.
Oh no, but then I take the attack instead. Never mind, I lied. I can't do that. I will die.
You can die. I,
No, never mind. I lied. I forgot that I have so little HP. I assume I don't, unless that counts as a short rest. Can I can I count that as a
hit
short
point.
rest? And
no, we're at 1 hit point. We got this. We got
The
this.
pseudopod reaches forth towards Ash. Luckily, that's a 20 on the first attack. Like a dirty, so that misses. It's going to make a second attack at Ash. And that one will hit to knock him down.
ugh, okay. I mean, Ash is still restrained, so just so Nor knows, he's still on the wall and dead now.
And Nor, you hear in your head, stand down or I'll
I
kill
can't understand language. I'm a T-Rex.
Yup. But that's what he says. It's now your turn. I mean, you watched it. You watched it hit Ash twice when it has 3 attacks.
I'm gonna bite it.
Okay.
Well, let me think. Let me think for a sec. It was really hurt before.
I mean, and ostensibly, Nor thinks it's still hurt. I mean, I suppose if Kelly wants, or sorry, if Casey wants to be really, really nice, they'd let me take my action before I die.
Did you
Yeah,
go
you
first,
could
or did
take-
they
I
go
mean,
first?
I went first.
Yeah.
So you
gotta-
could like
You
break your
said you were
restraint and
readying.
run.
Oh,
You
right.
could, like-
So I'm sorry. So yeah, you could have done stuff. I heard readying in action, so I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and then halfway through talking it out, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't actually
No,
do
but
that.
you were
Um,
right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what do I need to do to break these bonds? Can I cut through them, or can
Athletics check probably.
You can attempt to cut through them, or you can do a strength check.
I do an acrobatics?
Yeah. Oh no, it has
Okay.
to be a strength check. Acrobatics is only when you're grappled.
Okay. Well, I'll try it. That's gonna be a 23.
You get out.
Hot. And then I'm gonna action surge and attack.
All right. So you force your way out of your restraints, rush forward, and attack it thrice.
That is a nat 20, a 19, and a 17, baby. So I'm
Hey!
assuming that all hits, which is great, because first attack was a nat 20, which is where you want it to be.
Wait, so you got an attack even before you got
Well, no,
knocked
because what
out?
happened was I thought Leia had originally said she
I
was
action
readying
surged.
in action.
Oh, action surge, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't used it yet, so figure use it now. Oh, yes! I wish I could just... I wish I could roll things for real life. Catch this 80 points of damage.
Oh
How
yeah.
do you do it?
Yeah!
Literally didn't even need to wait for me to wake up. You just needed the distraction.
What? He has got to pout for 2 hours before he fucking does anything. Come on now, you know Ash.
Describe it though.
Ash is just like head up. Like, friend turns into fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's like, all right, I guess we're going for it. Breaks free, runs forward, and just like, I don't know. The ooze doesn't have any like parts specifically.
You could say like there was a pseudopod getting ready to attack.
Sure, yeah. So does it have like a face?
No face.
No face. All right. So he's just, yeah, he'll just take these swords and just like skewer, you know, just skewer. Bing bang boom.
Nice.
Till it turns into water, I guess.
Yep. And I think that's a good place to leave it for today.
Like a long rest now.
Jesus.
That nat 20 saved.
God, it would have been so much easier if you just went back.
If we what?
Sorry. Because you chose, like, you could have either went to the mini boss or the final boss, and you were like, yeah, let's just go to the final boss.
Look, we didn't know the final boss was back there. We
No,
can't know
and
that.
you said that the final boss would just chase us or whatever.
I said
So
you
I was
didn't
like,
know. So
yeah.
it's
So
like if you went
what was the
back-
point? It was either fighting both, or so from my perspective, it was either we fight both at the same time or one and then the other. And I was like, well, I guess I'll do one and then the other, even if it's the harder fight. We'll have to short rest to start next time. I can't get chat up right now. I don't know why.
We don't have
my
chat
thing
up
is
right now anyway. But I mean, we don't have questions in chat, is what I meant. But I did
I don't
post
know.
some questions.
I think our stream might be down. I'm unsure. I can't load it. It just says unless you got a time machine, that content is unavailable. Let's see if it. Okay, now it's gonna be an ad. Okay, maybe it'll work.
Holy shit!
What?
No, there was
Why?
just the chat that I asked, like, oh, does anyone want to suggest questions? It has 153 messages right now.
Wait,
But-
chat to suggest what?
No, in the Discord that I'm in,
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them were related to this. But I'm double checking. But yeah, anything y'all want to talk about? I do have a couple of things. Oh, here we go. I'll read this one out in a second. But like, anything y'all want to talk about before I bring up stuff?
No, let's just jump into
Yeah,
questions. I think.
jump into your thing.
All right. So I got someone who had asked. I know that playing a game is being applied to a lot of neurodivergent people as a type of therapy, at least in theory. Is it proving? Do you think that it is useful in this regard? And sort of thoughts about tabletop and roleplay games as a form of therapy or working through trauma?
I think that's a way outside of my expertise.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
Yeah.
Like at least from like an expert perspective, as like a total layman, I would say like, that kind of thing, right? Like doing something as a form of therapy is like very common in psychology. So there's like art therapy and things like that. I imagine D&D could be like a form of art therapy or something like that.
So there's a lot of research going on about this right now, particularly in the last 5 years or so. And what I can say is, although people are, like for me specifically, as I am, like, because I'm designing a tabletop game right now that is maybe going to be used this way. If I ever, like... So first of all, you can do it, but you have to do it very diligently, and you have to do it with knowledge, right? If you're going to do it on purpose. People do it on accident all the time, but if you're going to do it on purpose, you want to go into it with, being conscious of what you're doing. I don't think that D&D is the best system for it at all. I think that ultimately D&D has its limitations, and I know that a lot of people are using specifically Dungeons & Dragons for that purpose. I think that there are better systems for it, because D&D is meant to tell relatively specific types of stories, and so you'll see although they'll be very varied and very fun, and I've been in a lot of games, and everyone has their own quirks, they are relatively formulaic, all things considered, in terms of like the types of stories that they produce. So, yeah, that's what I'd say about that.
Yeah. And it's funny, there's a person who is a therapist in that server that kind of like started talking about how they use it
Sure.
in limited ways, but I'm not going to go into detail on that because, like Eric, I don't feel necessarily qualified to talk about it as like a professional. I can say that like I've heard stories and kind of like on forums and on TikTok of like people who do use D&D to work through their trauma, but it seems like very controlled environments where it's typically like a DM and a player more so than a DM and multiple players. So it seems, you know, more one-on-one collaborative storytelling than multiple people in those sorts of what's the word, purposes.
Yeah, like in terms of like the initial thrust of the question, just a little bit related to some neurotypical stuff. Like, I mean, you know, there's a lot of different types of, you know, neurodivergent peoples. And so I'm not going to speak to all possible neurodivergent peoples, but like I imagine just any, like, you know, for some people, like it's just like having a social thing can help, right? And so like D&D could be the social thing, right? It's the same thing where it's like art therapy, where it's like I can't speak specifically, but I could say like, well, I can see a parallel here with, you know, things.
I had recently seen a complaint of someone because someone was saying how they feel like their DM is purposely making combats targeted at certain players in the sense that making enemies resistant and making it difficult for players to find the weapons and resources that they need to be able to do things, such as having a focus for spell casting. And sort of like how, and I'm interested in like, well, no, here's the funny thing. I know you're smiling. Like, this is exactly what we're doing in our campaign. It's not boring for me though. Like, it adds a layer of like kind of difficulty and interesting difficulty, narrative difficulty. But this particular player and DM seems to have a different relationship where like they're going, not only do you not have your things to cast spells, but when you finally can, all of the things are resistant to the specific spells that you are good at. Like, if you have a bunch of fire casters, they're immune to fire.
I mean, that sounds like that sounds like DM versus player. Like, that sounds to me like a lot of times when people are coming up with like their, like, cause I'm on like some like D&D Next and some forums where people will, you know, on Reddit and stuff, where people will like say, oh, my DM is doing this or whatever. And oftentimes you can boil those down to, it's not at all related to the problem that the person is describing, and then more just like either the DM or the player has a DM versus players mentality. You know what I mean? And so I can't speak to that person's specific situation, because I don't know it. But I would just say to all parties involved, you are playing a game together. You're on the same team. Like, DM and players are on the same team, you know. And so if you have the sense that they are against you, you should talk to them about it and ask, like, are you against me? And if you aren't, this feels like it's against me. Why? And like, can I explain why that is? And maybe you can help me out. You know, generally speaking, just in terms of like the resistances and stuff, the DM is trying to craft a challenge for the players, but the DM should be giving the players time to shine, right? So like, you know, if I'm DMing, let's say a bunch of creatures and we got a level 10 monk, maybe I'll have the boss be, you know, immune to stun, right? That's not bad. That's just, I'm trying to craft an interesting encounter. But on the same flip side, I would like to have archers there shooting an arrow at the monk so that monk can catch it and throw it back at him, right? Because I want the player to be cool, but I also need to have, you know, you need to like balance that.
I mean, I think to like play off what Eric was saying at the beginning, like in the middle of the first point, on the like talk it out.
Are you kidding me, Bowie? Get out of her ass.
That sounds to me like a mix of like, so this is why session 0 is the most important session you'll have in any game. Because in session 0 you don't just make characters. If you're only making characters or you're only kind of answering questions or whatever, you're not doing session 0 in a way unless you really know the people that you're playing with, and you've already had a lot of conversations about stuff, which is a different scenario. If you all know you're already on the same page, but session 0 can also be used to get everyone on the same page. What campaign do you want? Do you want to be winning most of the time? Do you want to be challenged most of the time? Do you want what kind of gameplay is fun for you? Like, do you want to have to hunt around for your foci? Do you want to have to hunt around for weapons? Is that something you'd rather have in the beginning? As a DM, explaining your style is really important, because, like, for me, I tend to play high magic campaigns where you get a bunch of cool stuff like at the beginning and you're relatively high level already, because I like to DM for that. But not everyone does like that game. Like, I know Eric has a really different philosophy on how he starts games, so that's he's more minimalist, if I'm remembering correctly.
Generally.
Than I am in that regard. And so you want to start with, like, what's okay, what's not okay, all that jazz. And I think ultimately in these scenarios, it is often just a lack of communication that's going on.
Yeah.
Either a communication that needs to happen in the middle of the game, or a communication that needed to have happened at the beginning. Or both. Right. Or maybe it's just like you need a different DM, not because the DM or the player are bad, but because they don't have similar enough styles to mesh right. Like, I've definitely had DMs and players that either didn't mesh with me or I didn't mesh with them, and they found other games, not because either of us are bad people or bad at the game. Is just they wanted something different, and that's okay too.
So you get I'm curious with, like, Eric, with the whole Dark Sun campaign, because I feel like that is one that is kind of tough to DM for, in the sense of making it difficult and, like, real, in the sense that, like, we understand how high the stakes are for these things, because, like, usually I would not find it fun to have to count my rations and water and scavenge every day, but it is fun in this setting, not just because of, like, how careful you are in your crafting, but also in session 0 we made a point to be like, this is what the campaign is going to be like, so we're set up with this.
And you guys picked it. Let's just be clear, you had other options. But anyways,
fair,
continue.
that was my last choice, even though as you know, I'm fucking in love with the character that I made for it, which never would have happened with the other one. So
you wouldn't have been in love with your character? I don't know about that.
I mean, but this particular character, I think I love more than any PC I've ever made.
Well, that's good. I think that like it's a balancing act. Like, you have to stay, like, semi-true to it, but you don't have to, like, push so hard. Like, a lot of times I think DMs worry too much about two things. One is crunch, and the other is, like, pushing too hard for their vision. A lot of times, like, for instance, yesterday, all I really needed to say yesterday was, you guys need food, water, and shelter, and a place to, like, and you need a direction, right? Like, I was like, these are the 4 things you need. And I just kind of, like, stepped back, right? I didn't, like, say, like, oh, don't forget you need to find food, your tummy's rumbling. I didn't say, like, anything like that. You guys just rolled with it from there, right? You guys were like, okay, well, we need water, so I'm going to go look for water. We need food, I'm going to go look for that, right? And, then I narrate, your survival checks and things like of that nature. And so, yeah, but I mean, I think everyone at the table has a very clear understanding, because, you guys started off as, like, prisoners with nothing. And so you have an understanding that in this world right now, you have nothing. And anything you're not starting like a normal adventurer with a bunch of gear like you might normally, and that you'll eventually find that gear. And there's a trust there, right? There's a trust that, like, I'm going to provide you the gear, and I'm not going to give you a challenge that requires gear that you don't have, And so I think that, like, trust is just super important, right? And I think that this is our campaign right now, and the way that it's starting out, I think one of the reasons that it is working, is because we already have had a campaign together. And you guys know that, like, the way I DM and the way I approach things, right? Like, it's not like if you had failed your survival checks to find water that you just die or something. And so, but you guys have the trust. That trust has already been established because we've been playing together for a while. And so you guys are like, yeah, I know that we'll get to the point of having fun. So that's a little bit to that point.
Yep. Those were the main two things. I guess because I was feeling the pressure a little bit today, and I hope I resolved it in a way that kind of didn't feel like TPKs. Because today could have been a TPK, but you were also fighting an intelligent monster that is not, murder hobo. So I was hoping that that resolution where they were trying to petition you to go back against the people that are sending you here. But how do you handle TPKs and character death as a DM?
Oh gosh. So I've only done a TPK one time.
Which I feel was a justified knowing that story.
And that was a lot of player and DM mishaps, but not going too much into it. The TPK I think was actually the best turning point for that group. So a little bit of backstory. I put a call out to a bunch of just on Facebook, being like, hey, I'm DMing a Pathfinder game, who wants to be in it? And I got one person from every phase of my life, none of whom knew each other. Which meant that there were a lot of kind of weird. It was a strange way to start that campaign, and we started during COVID time and online, which is not online is not my favorite format for playing or DMing, and also it was COVID time.
Yeah.
So, feels were a lot, and communication was difficult, and all that jazz. And so, that campaign, we had a lot of trouble with it, and the players weren't driving well, the characters didn't drive well, and it just so happened that they walked into one of what was supposed to be a final boss well before they should have. Because I made a back door for them to get out, and they found the back door and went in that way. That's neither here nor there. So face this guy, and to their credit, they almost got him. It was only in the last moments that he convinced the last party member that was alive to join him instead of murk him. And that was the TPK. But I mean, it's hard. It's like, how do you end it? Because there's no good way to end it. I ended it because I convinced the last party member to join him, and then he just lit everyone up in flames, so they did no death saves, nothing. They were all down, and he just used his last spell to light them all on fire, and they all died. And it didn't feel good. I don't like TPKs. I did not like that. But that ultimately meant that we got to start a different campaign with different characters that was much better executed on my part, with characters that all knew each other to begin with, which I love doing. And so it felt like it mattered. And that was an awesome way. The second campaign we played was epic. So ultimately the TPK did a good thing, even though it didn't feel good. TPKs are fine though. I mean, I think it's weird for this character for me, because if you would kill me, I know I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah.
On the other side.
I was actually really excited for that aspect, because I really want you to meet that wizard that Tomas found for that, but that's...
Right.
I didn't feel like now was the right time, because the other thing is, I don't mind TPK and character death, but not on a fucking side quest.
But that's the only time we do it.
I know, and that's what kills
All of our
me.
characters die on side quests. Side quests or random fucking places that don't have nothing to do with the overall story, that impact the overall story, but aren't main bits. That is when characters die or leave in this campaign. Franz got on a ship because of a side quest. Eric's halfling hunter person
left
because of the Fae. Joy died on a belt side quest.
Yeah.
The belt
Like,
thing
you
was
know-
more of like a main quest, but it wasn't like the apex. That was like it was like when we were traveling to where the thing was.
Yeah.
Like we were nowhere near like the actual thing.
That was-
Yeah.
I feel like that was a quest that was important to one of the players, but was not like, or to two of the players, but was not ultimately a part of
Yeah.
the main storyline.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
I
somewhere
guess.
in between, like, because it wasn't like a true side quest, because it was like a personal
Yeah.
quest.
And never forget the coin in the well. The
Oh
chain
god,
devils.
yeah, the fucking chain devils. Wow, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we don't ever go out on the big stuff. It's always the little stuff. So I wasn't actually surprised at all. Ash would have woken up and been like, God damn it, no more side quests ever
Yeah.
again.
And it's funny because I actually was gonna have Tomas do ascending at some point during the session today, like essentially apologizing for being so sassy. But then I was like, nah, he just woke up and he's like on death's door. Like this just seems way too camp for me to let happen right now.
I mean, honestly though, because does Ash know that he has a second body, or does Leia know that he has a second body?
Because
Okay.
Tomas would have had to ask him for permission.
Okay,
Like,
Because-
he had to get a cube of your flesh. That's not something that you just take on the sly.
I mean, if he would have contacted Ash exactly that moment, Ash would have been like, I don't know where my other body is, but you better go there now.
Jesus, yeah, I'm glad I didn't, because just imagine him, you know, travel a week to get there, and he's not there.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that, yeah, I don't know how Nora would have felt about it or how Eric feels about it, but yeah, that's how, yeah, it would have been right.
Yeah.
Feels organic.
I think Tomas offered to Nor, but Nor turned that one down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Nor would have been donezo.
That would
Yep,
have been sad.
that's
Ash would
okay.
not have been happy about that.
Yeah. What would the kids do?
No, they'd be fine.
They would be distraught.
Yup.
Nora is the soul of that place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Faye is the heart, but Nora is the soul of that place.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Tomas would have
What?
gone over to help, probably,
Mm.
if they lost Nora. I would
But
imagine.
luckily, hopefully, they won't have to help because Nor is still alive as of right now. T-Rexed up.
We're fine. We'll take a long rest here. Hopefully.
Long
Take a short rest and then go kill the thing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't come fucking down here, yeah.
If it comes down here, I'll just polymorph into a gorilla and kill it.
Mm.
We hope.
Well, that's a lot easier than what you just fought. So, there's that at least.
I guess I'd polymorph you and then firebolt from a long ways away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is pretty much 5 o'clock. I think that was a good
Okay.
discussion. Fun
Yeah.
way to play the last session of the year, and I look forward to
Oh man, yeah.
y'all finishing
That's
out this castle crawl and telling
That one-
Mulligan what you think of his quest.
That was a 2021 or a 2020 ending. That yeah. That tracks. That tracks as a fucking 2020 ending.
Yeah.
Oh
All
man.
right.
Be well, everyone, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Love you.